Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
We play Dungeons and Dragons.
Whoa, that's a cool one.
Yeah.
Like a...
That was different.
I just let it come.
We're on island time, baby.
The Pauly Shore guest episode. So, yes, welcome. Before we get into tonight's episode, we do have some announcements to get through, beginning with the first of 3 sponsors tonight.
Wow.
Because the scheduling stuff is crazy, and tonight we get 3, which is fun. Beginning with Sam with Skillshare.
Yes, this episode is sponsored by Skillshare, an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Classes designed for real life, like graphic design, creative writing, and music. And speaking of music, with the success of Hamilton Live, and it's very current, guys. I thought I'd write a hip-hop musical about Skillshare. Don't worry, Marisha, it is totally legally distinct. How does a simple, dimpled, puckish bro get some online learning while he's stuck at home? By subscribing to the site he heard of on Thursday night from that tight Sam guy who is always quite right. This musical is certainly legally distinct. It's not about a founding father, or so you think. The lyrics are different and there's no taking your shot. Oh shit, I just said it. Well, maybe you forgot. It's about Skillshare. Memberships at $10. Skillshare. I probably shouldn't rhyme with bucks. Skillshare. It's like Hamilton, but not. Skillshare. I am not throwing away my opportunity. With annual membership starting at $10 a month, Skillshare is a great way to learn and unlock your creativity. And as a special offer, the first 1,000 critters to join Skillshare by following this link will get a 2-month free trial of a premium membership. Go to Skillshare right now. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.
I think that'll pass.
And thank you, Skillshare. Our second sponsor tonight, you've heard Sam often mention their name, and they've been here before. We have Dwarven Forge, the good friends of Dwarven Forge, the creators of the world's finest miniature game RPG terrain. They now have their 8th Kickstarter live right now. It's called Wildlands. I'm super excited about myself. It definitely kind of leans into more of the like swamps, mountainous terrain, enchanted forest, that kind of a feel, which they've touched on before, but they're really kind of delving into it now, which I can't wait myself. On top of the detailed hand-sculpted and hand-painted modular terrain that they provide, there's also some great additions, including a mini fog machine, so they're getting in on the fog machine game, which makes me happy. Wraparound panoramic dice, and remote-controlled LED lights to show and light up your table to bring the game into the next level, which is awesome. It ends September 2nd, so you got some time to jump in if you haven't yet. You can go find out more and join the Dwarven Forge adventure at bit.ly/CR Wildlands. Nice. And for our third and final sponsor of the night, we have our friends since the beginning of the campaign to D&D Beyond. If you aren't aware, you can now organize all of your monsters, NPCs, player characters, combat rounds, and much more in real time in their brand new combat tracker, which has been in beta for, it's now just launched in alpha. Also, you can organize things like, character and monster initiative in there, track HP and moves within there, rounds and turns, and it lets you add new creatures on the fly in the middle of combat, so it's a really useful tool for DMs. I'm excited to check it out myself. Haven't yet, but it'd be some cases more helpful than the sheet of paper that I use in front of me, which gets a little confusing. So check it out there and more at dndbeyond.link/critical role. And as always, thank you guys so much for supporting our show. All right, so let's get to the next couple announcements. What? I hate you all.
Look over here.
Yeah?
It never works.
Our very first nonfiction novel is coming up October 20th, The World of Critical Role. As a thank you to Penguin Random House, they have another special offer for U.S. readers who pre-ordered the book. When you submit your pre-order receipt for World of Critical Role at criticalrolebooks.com/pre-order, you'll receive a bundle of digital desktop and mobile wallpapers, including illustrations by Oliver Barrett. You'll also receive a bundle of coupon codes from our friends at Hero Forge, Wormwood, Die Hard Dice, Roll20, Beetle and Grimm's, and more. So we got a big old package there waiting for you. So for more information, go ahead and check out criticalrollbooks.com/preorder.
Can you show them a sneak peek of anything?
Yeah, show them the centerfold.
You know? Oh, yeah. Show
Page
Sneak.
76.
69.
76,
Page 69.
7.
Show them something.
You have
Just anything.
You have to
Just check the
pre-order
table of
it to
contents.
see it.
Yeah, just the index of the
Open the
back.
book. Let out the demons.
Rachel, this is their fault.
So quickly we turn.
Yeah, yeah.
We're like, don't
Yeah, push my buttons. Push my buttons, I dare you. You should know better by now. But yeah, so super excited for that. October 20th is the release date, so pre-order for that. Tallison, you have something to talk about.
Oh, man. Okay, yeah. Our free comic book day issue of Vox Machina Origins from Dark Horse is out now apparently.
Yay!
The issue was written by Jody Hauser and features cover and interior art by Hunter Bunyan and color by Stephen McGowan. It also includes an introduction to Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology. Be sure to call ahead to your local shop and check to see if it's in stock and set up in a safe way for you to pick it up, because that's important. Be safe. Yes, comics.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you, Tallison. Laura!
Oh! My gosh.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay.
God.
So our entire Vox Machina Funko Pop main line was announced today. There's a Vix. There's a Gwog and deals a Vex. So, yeah. What the
Holy shit. Real.
reservations are now open in our US, UK, and Australian stores. Orders will ship in late September, early October, and that's the same time that the Funkos will be available in retail stores.
What? Guess that's the thing.
Yeah, so retailers may also be running pre-orders on them. I don't know. What? Also,
Yeah.
something I don't have to show you, but it's so limited edition, that's why we have an armored trinket Funko that's like super, super duper limited edition, and it's going to be available only in specialty shops in late September, early October. So check in with your local shops that carry Funkos and tell them you want
They're
it.
going to be like the ET Super Nintendo.
I don't
cartridge
know.
charger. NES.
Also,
Wonka tickets.
for a full rundown
Atari.
of how our reservation system works for all of these things, check it out at critroll.com.
3DO. Thank you, Laura.
So
It's
crazy.
so wild
So nuts.
that they exist.
I don't even.
I can't even.
What are you doing,
love
Dale?
that.
I need them multiple hands.
I love them so.
Marisha.
Yes. Last but not least, there will be. There will be no Critical Role next week, August 20th. We are taking that week off to regroup and have a little summer break. And yeah, we will be back on August 27th for episode 107.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Summer break.
Summertime.
And with that, I believe it's time to go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
The adventure begins. They were always beside you, your nerdy best friends, and the DM to guide you. And they rise from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair. They got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there. There's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting. Rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands. Take a chance, roll the dice.
Welcome back. So, last we left off,
Oh boy.
the Mighty Nine on the island of Rumblecusp in preparation for the looming date of Traveler Con. As the various followers of the Traveler begin to congregate towards this island, you discovered it was being beset by some strange force, an entity that lived within the volcano, that had caused those who had lived there and found their way stranded on the island for an extended period of time to lose their memory. Now you've allied with and freed the mind of the spiritual guardian there, a druid named Villia, and traveled amongst the island to discover many of the secrets that Vokodo, this entity in the mountain, this creature that apparently had escaped from the astral plane, from the astral sea, fleeing from something, and holing up here, had been hoping you wouldn't find. You then made plans, infiltrated the inside of this volcano into its lair, and assaulted it with all the powers and spells and weapons at your disposal. After some wayward spell casting and some dangerous endeavors, you did manage to bring Vokodo to his end. And in his final moments, a psychic wave blasted outward, giving you visions of what it was he was fleeing from. Some strange, almost living-like city of some kind that was coasting through the astral sea in hot pursuit. As we return to tonight's game, the vision fades, and you all sit watching as the sludge and ash of Vokodo's disintegrating remains begins to disperse and cloud the water around you. The glints of coin and objects of gold and brass and other materials tumbling slowly to the bottom of the water-filled chamber. The liquid around you still extremely hot and scalding your flesh. What would you like to do, Mighty Nine?
Detect magic, first of all.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so if you're detecting magic, who all's doing what?
I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope.
Beacon of Hope, you got it.
I'm about to pass out. If anybody would love to help me, if not, I'm gonna loot. I'm gonna loot while I'm about to pass out.
I just need everybody within 30 feet of me if I'm going to do this, so that
What
you guys.
does it do?
It's gonna give us max healing.
Everybody go to Jester.
Yeah, circle up so I can get us healed the most.
Okay, we
I'm
circle
gonna
up.
Stand behind Bo, and
How's
put
everyone
my
doing?
Okay.
hand on her back. We need healing.
Well,
Everybody.
well, first you guys both cast spells.
Yeah.
Everyone takes 6 points of fire damage.
Yasha, it's so hot.
Caduceus,
Yeah.
you go ahead and cast Detect Magic, and you see amongst all the showering coins plummeting to the floor, 4 powerful beacons catch your eye amongst the clutter that itself. You can hear through the water the kung, 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 things banging into each other as it's all plummeting to the ground, no longer attached to and being held aloft by this strange otherworldly creature that is no longer with us.
Are they falling places that are close or far? Or?
Since you're not too far, you could probably swim almost to it. You're a little bit too far away, but if you want to try and swim closer, you can.
First, I'm gonna cast a healing spell. So.
Okay, well, hold on.
Well,
So-
Jester's about to heal all of
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
never
gonna
mind.
cast it so that you can keep doing whatever you're doing.
well, you cast Beacon of Hope last
Yeah.
round. So we come to a new round.
Oh.
I don't want to bollocks the order, but as soon as it's possible, I'm just going to start talking at Villia. But I will wait until.
You've got, well, we can do it now.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. The thing that you have done with the tree, is that possible with vegetation of the underwater variety?
Unfortunately, no. I need a large enough trunk of a solid tree for it to function. This is all kind of strange seaweed type, disparate underwater flowers.
Okay. And I look around and there's no, like, overly large, gigantic,
Seaweed.
like, not seaweed, but like
kelp
massive,
forest or
strange
anemone.
sea cucumber or anything.
Make a perception check. We have the daylight globe in here, so you can see. Everyone takes another 7 points of fire damage.
Oh,
Okay, and then everyone would take, if I can cast a spell.
Now you can cast a spell.
So I need to. Beacon of Hope is concentration.
Correct. So go ahead and roll.
I make
twice.
the save.
Okay.
I'm going to use Fortune's Favor, because it's
Okay.
a shitty roll.
You should
Anything-
cast healing too.
Shittier roll.
My brain
Okay.
is
Hold on.
getting poached.
12.
So
I can do
you don't
20,
do anything.
29 points of healing for everyone.
Everyone heals 29 hit
29.
points.
Yeah.
That's great. Caduceus?
Thank you.
I'm going to cast a second level Cure Wounds on Bo,
You got it.
which because you've got that up is 21 more points.
Yes.
Great.
I have the bag of holding, so I'm just going to be trying to shove shiny things.
Did you find whatever it is that's magic? Can we swim towards and help Caduceus
I'm
pick
going to
up
try and
whatever?
point
them
out. I'm going to point out the four
Okay.
things.
So Caduceus, you start pointing out amongst. Make an investigation check.
Oh God.
No, not you. Sorry, Beauregard. Because you're the one who's like. You said you were going to
Shove it
search.
like
Oh, I thought you were
I'm
wafting
having
away
him
a fart.
point to the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I can help.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pick up another thing that you're pointing at.
The ladies split and each go to the thing.
Start searching.
Okay. You've got it.
And I'm going to go towards one as well.
Okay. So you guys have all kind of gathered in that area right there to go ahead and start. Which, if you were going to cast Beacon of Hope, you would have had to get everybody in there about
Yeah.
their last turn. So
Yeah.
you would be about that vicinity.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are all gathering. Go ahead and I'd say no, there's not much of a check you really need to do here. It's just the more rounds, the more goods you end up scooping in. So everyone takes 4 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to keep paying attention to whether or not it's getting
Roll again.
hotter.
I'm going to.
Make a perception check.
I'm good.
You good? All right.
23.
23. It's not getting hotter. It's just hot.
Okay.
Okay.
I assume the perception check will hold for a little while, so if it starts getting hotter, all right.
I'll let you know.
Can I find anywhere in this chamber that would be large enough to start drawing a teleportation circle in here?
In this vicinity,
Yeah.
How do you draw on the wall?
make another perception check for me if you
Okay.
don't mind.
I'm looking for my belongings.
It is
Oh,
a
the stuff you gave?
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and join everybody else over in that space. It is a giant pile. Your belongings might be in there somewhere. If you're looking for something specific, go ahead and make an investigation check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Could I do the same since I'm not doing anything and look for any, like, weapons that are unique?
Nope.
Yeah.
I've pointed out the
Do we,
only
do
magic
we
things
scoop
in
up
there.
the
so.
magic things that he
Yeah,
puts out?
I just...
No,
I'm not
he's
doing
working on
it.
money. You're the one who's picking up the things that he's pointing out.
Yeah.
To that point, you grab, with his aid, you grab a pair of boots,
Okay.
a coat of some kind, a small metallic case about that long, that's closed and latched, and a beautiful silver staff that has these kind of spiral of carved runes from end to end to each cap.
Lawn darts.
Okay.
And those are the magical items.
Nothing
that
else
you
is
saw.
pinging, really.
No, but there's
I'm just
plenty of
rage
wealth in
looting.
here, and you're
Rage
just
looting, rage looting. Can I start looking and see if
What is rage?
I know where
looting sound
the two entrances are that we've come in and out of. Are they covered in torch blooms? Did they close
Yes.
up behind us?
They did, yes.
Can I look up towards the ceiling and see if there's any other tunnels that look like there's an opening out of here?
Make a perception check.
Gotta work on
Matthew, I rolled a 21 for investigation, and I'd like to specifically look for Yasha's sword in addition to my stuff.
Flask, the skin gorger.
Yep. You managed to get both of those items.
Great.
19.
19. This is okay. So you start swimming around and looking up above. You're not an incredibly fast swimmer, so you're like kind of looking up in the darker space above. Nothing catches your eye as a third option of escape yet in the chamber,
Okay.
from where you're standing at least.
A 15 on perception.
A 15. Looking around the area, it is a very uneven, subterranean piece of terrain. The floor here is not carved. It's not natural standing position. It is natural, somewhat uneven volcanic rock flooring.
Yeah.
From what you can see in this space, nothing seems to be suitable or flat enough for you to do an actual circle that would complete the spell necessary from where you are right
And you're
now.
describing the entire chamber or just like the vicinity of where I am?
Just the vicinity of what you can see kind of in this area.
Okay.
Yasha,
Everyone
healing.
takes another 6 points of fire damage.
Yasha,
Yeah.
can you go to the tunnel where we came from and chop away some of the torch bloom that's blocking the tunnel?
Since I'm raging, I go over there and I'm just screaming.
What does that sound like?
You do have your. How long does freedom of movement last?
An hour.
An hour.
An hour? Then yeah,
Open it up.
you double move at the speed of 40, 50. What's your speed? 40?
Sorry, 50.
50 with mobility. So
As I go past Bo, I put my hand on her shoulder and heal her for 12 points.
Whoa.
Okay, so you'll get there next round. You're no longer. So you go past Beauregard, touch her with your action, then move over there. You're halfway to that entrance. You'll get there next round.
Are you
So does she
okay?
wanna sit? Yeah. I'm fine. I'm fine.
If anyone needs healing, I've got healing.
I think you should do like a group heal. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm still like I'm like 50 points down still.
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize everybody was down.
Everyone takes another 3 points of fire damage.
I'm going to swim in a direction and try to find a large flat stone big enough to
I'm good.
take a teleportation circle on it.
Give me your.
Max heal. It's just max heal.
I'm going to do
Whatever you
a mass healing word, which covers how many
what was that
people
last
can I do
damage
that
number?
to? 6 creatures.
3.
So
Give me your orders. What do you want me to search for? I've got
good right
really
now.
good investigation.
I could use more.
I'm okay.
What do you want me to
3,
find?
4, 5, 6.
Money.
Shiny money.
Jewels.
No, like your belongings.
I
Your.
don't care about my stuff. Look for diamonds and
All
other
right,
jewels.
I'll go back in and looking for jewels.
I gave him garbage.
Everybody gets.
Oh, I did give him that sood. If you find my drugs,
Okay.
get my drugs.
Drugs.
Oh,
drugs
and my
jewels.
amulet.
Okay.
Okay, drugs and jewels investigation check.
Everybody, including you, gets 13 hit points.
Billy as well. Alrighty.
Yeah.
13, check.
Can I also, with any spare time that I have after I've grabbed this stuff, just scoop any money or jewels nearby?
Yeah, so you're helping because you've stopped looting, so you're picking up where Yasha left off.
I'm just doing.
Yeah.
I'm
The two of you
going
are
to go
scooping
join
in.
Yasha.
I'm keeping tabs of every round. You guys are just scooping, and that will.
I'm swimming back
factor
down
in.
and helping Scoop too.
Okay, so you're not going to help scoop. All
Yeah,
right,
because I didn't find anything, so.
you got it. All right,
A lot of farts over there.
everyone takes another 6 points of fire damage.
Fibrous.
6
6
points.
points.
6 points of fire damage.
My investigation checks. They can't be
good.
below 21, so it's another 21.
Rogues, love them. All right, yeah, without issue. You managed to find through, like you're like running around scavenging, peering through with what light you have, and you pluck a whole number of gems. You're just kind of just scooping, not even checking them for quality or size. You're just anything that looks like it's not money or
Drugs.
you find some drugs.
Going to be wet.
But what I was going to say, that there are a number of sculptures that are in here as well that were probably either scavenged or made by the villagers. There's a whole bunch of things that are worth a lot of money here amongst the coins as well. And you guys are kind of slowly putting them in as you go, but mostly you're focusing on coins, which right now in this light, it's hard to see really what the denominations are. You're just taking anything that's shiny and coin-wise, just
Sparkly.
putting it in there.
I'm going to
Exactly.
start throwing some sacred flames to help you out at the.
Right.
At the
I don't know if
lamps.
Sacred Flame's gonna. Oh, it's
With 4 points
radiant.
of fire damage to everybody.
Mr. Clay,
How many?
Could I do
4
like
points.
an investigation
did
check
you need
for
me to
anything
find
that I would
something for
recognize?
you?
If you see my red amulet and my shield, that'd
Sure.
be great.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Healed. That sounds very
Looking
important.
for flat area.
Both or my yeah.
Okay, so you're kind of shifting to this
Yeah,
side
you're-
here.
Anywhere where
and my
none of us
teapot.
are at.
I don't know.
Okay, probably over this side.
One.
Make another perception check.
Yeah.
21 on investigation for stuff I would recognize.
For perception, you mean? or-
Yeah,
Over
I
your
did
shield.
investigation.
You're defining.
Okay, to look for anything we recognize.
Anything I recognize.
More of a sentiment.
that I, like personally or somebody else had. Or,
Right.
All of you
Okay.
design.
I've got another shield.
Keeping an eye out for it. Nothing catches your eye. 14.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately, in this room, it's not designed for extremely meticulous and the careful necessity of magic such as a teleportation circle, which requires a very flat surface to do.
So we're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to swim through the tunnels.
Caleb, you remember how to get through the tunnels back out?
Yeah, I could lead us out easily.
Okay.
We're still. doing
Everyone
damage
takes
to
8 points of fire
the-
damage.
Clear the planet.
I'm going back in for more stuff. This time I'm looking for his amulet and my gun.
Make another
Now,
investigation.
can I switch and start grabbing any of
Buddy.
those valuable-looking weapons
good.
that I can scoop up firewood style?
Sure. Yeah. Make an investigation check for you.
21.
21.
You know it.
No, that's wild. It's just fun to make you roll at this point. You managed to find your gun amongst the crazed cluster of what now is piled amongst the silt and residue of the creature you just destroyed, as well as the amulet that was lost.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
18. All right. You pick up a number of looks like marble and ivory sculptures.
Are there remains in this pile? Like a skeleton?
Caleb, what did you give up?
You do not see any remains in them.
Making sure nobody was like,
Trinket.
What's over
my
in
child
that
is
fun
most
area?
precious.
Necklace.
I'll help Caleb. I'll look for Caleb's necklace.
No, let's
I'm gonna help
focus
look
on.
for Caleb's necklace.
You're both looking. Oh yeah, you're.
No,
you're
I'm not.
I'm gonna
looking.
look for Caleb's
Let's
necklace.
make an investigation check for me.
It's
I didn't roll very good. 10.
10. You're having a hard time finding it, pinpointing it. Everyone takes another 7 points of fire damage.
We should probably get out of here.
No, there's still more shiny things to get.
Gotta
Did I
go.
get anything else, or just the marble and the ivory?
Who knows what the village is doing right now? We're fine. I'm fine on concentration. I can do another mass cure wounds.
yeah, that would be welcome.
Vilius is, so can I. Together?
I mean, if we both did it, mine's a 6th level spell. That's all I have for.
Mine would be 5th.
Maybe you should. Ooh.
All right.
No, but how do you have teleport?
I have nothing to travel through here.
Yeah, but if we get through the tunnels, maybe you can teleport us back to the village or something. I don't know. Maybe you should keep your high level.
Well, that would be my 6th.
Oh, okay. Then do the cure wounds.
So, no, it's max because of the
Yeah.
thing. So that would be 3d8 plus.
29.
So.
Oh.
16. 28.
28.
28?
28 healed
Back
to
to, back to max.
Yes.
We should move.
We should move.
It's time.
Everyone takes another 8 points of fire damage.
This is fine.
No, because we're gonna have to go through the tunnels. It's still hot in there, and
Did you say 8?
We're gonna run out of heals.
Since I'm walking toward, they're swimming towards the torch
Yeah,
blossoms.
you're at the torch blooms
The-
now, and they've closed in, and now there's just like you can barely see through where you would previously swim.
is the whole tunnel closed off, or is
No,
it?
the
separate?
tunnel's open. It's just the
Okay.
the torch blooms.
Yeah, we're going at it, I would assume.
Yeah, she's been hacking.
All right, so you're just tearing into it. As you're carving through, you carve 2 feet into it in the period of a round, and it's. I mean, all of it's kind of reaching outward slightly. Make an athletics check for me.
Is there music on right now, man?
There is.
Sound like it.
There should be.
I hear it. Goddamn.
Point here,
11.
11. You're carving through. You get partway into it. It seems to keep going. You're not sure if there's going to be an end to it, if you're on the cusp, or if it's just going to be this way the entire tunnel. But that's as far as you get this round.
Can I come help Yasha?
If you'd like to.
Yeah, I think I'm done.
We gotta start
Trying to
getting ready to go.
I'm gonna scoop
Not
for
be
one more
greedy.
turn.
I'm going in for one more.
I am too. I'm
More
gonna
investigation.
To move in a dash. All right, to move in a dash, you won't be able to get to Yasha until next round because you're having to swim
Okay.
through, but you can help her out.
I'll throw out a detect magic right where I am to see if there's anything in my vicinity before we go.
Okay. You go ahead and. Everything magical is currently equipped or held by your party.
Understood.
Everyone takes 8 points of fire damage.
I think,
Roll.
I think that
Time.
was the 9th roll.
Dang.
The plus or minus 1.
That was the 10th roll.
10th roll.
How many rolls? How many turns before a minute is up?
10.
And,
Okay, so my beacon of hope probably died.
Okay, so your beacon of hope
Just
now
then.
fades.
Yeah.
You got it.
I'm going back in for one more
Yeah,
pass.
Beth and I, one more pass, and then we'll bolt
The,
towards the
heals
tunnels.
are down. We gotta move right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking
start
for the
carving.
the dagger of denial, possibly his amulet, and any buttons that I can see.
I'll assist
Invest-
not.
All right, so make an investigation check with advantage.
What do I
off
do?
the table.
It fell off the
Roll,
table.
just roll another
Just
die.
roll again.
It's gone forever.
Goes over.
You die.
21.
What?
With advantage?
What are the odds?
With
With
advantage.
advantage?
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
I'm giving you.
21.
You could roll higher than that.
What if you
roll
roll a
natural
natural
20?
20?
21.
Okay.
All right. That will. You will be able to find his amulet. What else are you looking for? You're looking
I was
for.
looking for the dagger, buttons, or the amulet.
I'll say the buttons.
And his amulet, or just the button?
Buttons and the amulet.
Great.
Don't find the dagger.
Great.
All right. Let's go.
Your dagger?
It's okay.
Yasha, make another athletics check. You need to cut
Interesting,
through.
but not
Okay,
the
come on.
greatest.
Okay.
Much better. That would be a 27.
27.
Yes.
You
Yes.
carve
queen.
through. You start getting into the pattern, the movement. Eventually, you carve through. You get about 5 or 6 feet into this tunnel before you cut through one heavy swath, and you can see, as it falls away, the rest of the tunnel is in its natural recoiled state. Seems like just this patch at the entryway itself has been kind of puckered, if you will.
Great choice.
Yeah.
Everybody else?
Always the butthole.
Just start
Should we
moving
just-
that.
We're
Everybody
swimming.
get out of here.
Gotta go now.
Get to the tunnel. Get to the tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat and zoom a bit ahead and start to lead the way out of here using Keen Mind to
Okay.
retrace steps through tunnel.
Yasha, are you waiting for them to come up to you, or are you just going on ahead?
I want to make sure they get through.
Okay.
Caleb is the one that will be able to get us out of here.
I'm gonna let him go through first. And
Okay,
just
you got it. So all of you guys, at different speeds of swimming, begin to just kind of quickly make your way towards the exit of this chamber.
As we get up close to it, as everybody groups up towards the tunnel, I'm gonna use my Pearl of Power and cast Beacon of Hope one last time. And then as soon as I can again, I'm gonna use my my 6th level spell to heal.
Okay.
Maybe in a couple rounds once people are down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. All right, so you guys now, one by one, make your way into the exit tunnel from where you came. The heavy rumbling of the angry volcano seems to have subsided with the passing of Vokodo.
That's good.
The water itself is extremely hot. In about a half minute of panicked swimming, you begin to realize that the temperature seems to be slowly dropping.
We could go back. We could go back for more.
It's dropping because we're out of the chamber.
If we
But we can probably go back in once it's a little cooler in there, yeah.
Yeah.
like tomorrow.
If the volcano doesn't collapse.
So
They do that?
yeah,
So I don't need to use my healing then if the temperature's dropped and we're not dying.
I mean, I could try to go give one.
you cast the spell, but
Doing pretty well.
I can't speak in
the
the
damage is not continued.
Is anybody
Okay.
who's still low? Who needs a little bit of a pick me up?
Oh, we're fine.
I mean, I'm still.
Yeah, maybe hold it for now.
I'm always a little.
I'm still
because you
40
need more
points
iron.
under where I
Oh,
was.
well then let me
Underwear?
do you really?
Exercises for chumps.
Yeah. Sure.
The only muscle
So-
is this one.
What is the marching order of you guys traveling back through these tunnels?
Caleb,
Yeah.
Caduceus.
Who's slowest?
Caleb, Caduceus, and who else? What?
I should come up towards the back,
back?
in case any extra healing needs to happen.
Yeah, I'll sit back with Jester since I'm a fast
Yeah.
swimmer.
I'll come with you.
So Caleb, Caduceus, Ford.
I'll be in
No.
the back with Jester.
Ford's in the back with Jester. Okay.
I'm unrestricted.
I'm going to give you a healing word really quick.
Yasha and Bo are kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm
21
gonna
points.
stay in the back.
Thank you.
I'll stay in the back with Yasha.
I want to do one last investigation
Okay, so you guys
before
are
I
staying
before I
back.
leave the room.
You're that friend in Vegas that's like, we can hit this table. We can hit this table on the way out.
I know.
Both of you guys make an investigation check.
It's only $15. Buy it.
Advantage or disadvantage?
Standard.
Standard. Ooh,
18.
natural 20.
There it is.
Without issue, you manage to find the final object you seek, which is the Dagger of Denial.
And what about you? Did you get anything?
I didn't. I don't. Yeah. Did I find anything?
We'll find out
You
later.
gather a few more pockets full of gold and worthy materials, but the things that were specifically of interest have already been grabbed from.
Oh, what
the
about that
pile
big
there.
green jewel?
We were looking for jewels.
Yeah, we were, but that specifically that green one, remember?
Got 2 cherries.
What was the one that was?
Okay,
on
I'll
him?
go back in.
Wait, did you guys get the one that was stuck on him?
I think that's the same one, right?
That's
The
the same
green
one?
one?
The big green one, the one that Vilio had been talking about.
Yeah, it's about like that large.
Yeah.
So
Did we get it? Is that part of the? Did we get it?
you guys are grabbing a lot of stuff. You can go ahead and check and make a perception check to see if it's around, if you may have grabbed it or not.
RL,
Do it. Do it.
perception
do it.
check?
Correct.
Yasha, why don't you make a perception check?
I'll reach into the bag.
We'll
We'll both
Trying to
look.
We'll
find
both
a
look.
green jewel.
Well, you're up in the chamber with
Yeah,
everybody
we're
else.
already.
Not as
They're
good.
being ridiculous.
4.
Nope.
21.
21. Looking about the space here, if you guys are kind of coasting through, the temperature is slowly, it's never going to probably cool, but it's not scalding at the moment.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You looking around the space in here, you don't see a green jewel.
Okay, maybe you guys got it.
We got a lot of jewels.
Got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably got it.
I was just trying to do something.
You did great.
I was definitely the MVP of the fight.
You hacked away at the stuff.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
it's
let's
nice
go.
and it's warm in here now. It's just pleasant. We could stay for a while.
I know it's kind of like the hot tub. At
Yeah.
home. It feels
It's
like,
all over you.
Yeah.
Pull
Okay, let's.
out a wire and say, "How are we doing? Are you dead in there?" You may reply to this message.
Oh God, they're cooking live.
Oh dear, R2.
All right, Caleb, you are leading.
Yeah.
I need you to, for this, make a survival check.
Oh, so high.
This is you trying to look at the details in the environment to try and find clues that can lead you back out, as well as kind of relying on your memory.
Keen mind doesn't.
Keen mind does some good things, Liam.
Everything in the last month, Matt.
Everything you've seen or read. That doesn't means you've seen tunnels and you came through the other direction, so it's still challenging to reverse engineer a rapid pace in the way in.
That's true. That's true.
Natural 20.
No, it's a 11.
It's an 11. Okay. I will give you advantage because of your keen mind feat.
Come on.
The new lucky of this campaign.
Yeah.
Dude, I just pick things out of the book, man.
No,
pick things out of the book.
Are you hasted here? Did you
It's
boost
a
haste on?
16.
A
I have
16.
expeditious retreat going.
Yeah.
I'm a little fast.
Okay, good. So with a 16, you guys begin the first leg of this journey, rushing through tunnels. It is a labyrinth from this side. Previously, you had the magic that was drawing you in, and you were following the individuals that were being compelled to make their way towards the heart of the subterranean tunnel system. But without that enchantment, it's relying on memory and trying to follow some sort of subtle flow to the water. Caleb leading the way for the first leg of this journey, the first 5 or so minutes into it, you seem to be finding a groove, and you're finding your way through. And you're getting to this point, to this point, to this point. Make another survival check with advantage, please.
Okay, seaweed right.
Can I-
Seaweed left. Seaweed left again.
I'm gonna bless him. I mean, no.
You can't get up to him.
I can't guidance.
Well, you can't get close enough to him.
All right, I'm too far back.
Natural.
You can guide.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. You reach one kind of medium chamber, which you recall passing before, which has 7 different possible tunnels, some small, some big. And you kind of glancing around, you take a moment, you could feel a faint flow of water, and you're like, this direction. And as you point in, everyone else follows, and the tunnel system continues. You go on, now this is the second part of the leg, another 5 or so minutes go by, and if you recall, it took about a half an hour or so for you to reach the center chamber. Make another check with advantage, please.
I'm Will gramming it. That is a
This is my design.
21.
21, nice. All right. Pushing forward into about a 15-minute period of this return journey. The water itself getting slowly cooler the further away that you traverse from the center of where you fought Kokoto.
chilly.
And in doing so, you are also keeping a very, very good watch upon the interior of these tunnels and getting everyone what you believe to be so far the proper exit point. Go ahead and make another survival check with
Come on,
advantage.
Caleb.
You can do it.
Not so good. 10.
10.
You
Okay.
want us to turn around and go back?
So, Caleb at the front, pushing through, trying to make sure to not, and this is like with enough speed, but still taking care as to not, brush against or run headlong into any of the torch bloom that largely covers the interior of most of these tunnels. You arc left and go down one tunnel, and it comes to an end. And you can see something coiled up at the end of the tunnel. That suddenly, you see this red-scaled serpent that is coiled up and seems to be using this tunnel end as its home. Pulls back and lashes out at you.
Oh,
Oh,
how far back did we go wrong?
That is a 22 to hit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Things just got complicated.
Yeah.
You take 12 points of piercing damage
Oh.
and 6 points of fire damage.
Oh.
And now there's a serpent right in your face, up against you. What are you gonna do?
I turn into a shark.
You turn into a shark with polymorph?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You turn into a great white shark in the space. This tunnel,
A
which
hunter shark, not a great white.
Okay.
One size down.
Okay. So what's the size on it?
Where does it say that on here? Large.
It is large. Okay. So as you into a hunter shark, you partially wedge yourself into this tunnel. The tunnel system, which is wide enough for a medium-sized creature to move through carefully between the torch bloom, you swell into, and part of the rock gets you caught in there. You can try and break free with a strength check on your next turn, but you're taking torch bloom damage every turn in this, because you are just big enough to burn through the tunnels as you go.
Okay.
So use your action to turn into this.
Clear the
If
way,
you're trying to
Caleb.
flee, go ahead and take a strength check using the creature's strength to see if you can pull away from the ridged edge.
Within reach to attack as well?
Yes,
Those
you can attack or try and break free. Oh no, use your action to cast it so you can't
Yeah.
attack this round, but it is within range. Next turn you can try and attack it.
I'll try to break free for the moment.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check.
Sharks are notoriously great at swimming backwards.
19.
19.
I'll just do this.
Yeah, actually, sharks can't swim backwards, can they?
Can break the rock though.
I mean,
I'm gonna look that up.
No, they can't.
They just have to hold their breath.
maybe he
Yeah,
can
and then we can.
just burp very
Close the gill.
forcefully.
Yeah. They're literally engineered to not do that.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't swim backward. You are stuck in the tunnel.
I feel like I would have known the animal size I was turning into in relation to the tunnel I was in, but I'm stuck in this tunnel. I'm going to wait to bite it. I'm going to wait to bite it.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we just see Caleb go in front of us?
In front of us.
Yep.
We're
Oh,
like,
no. Caleb,
Caleb, go.
Can't
what
get
are we
through
doing?
the tunnel.
Caleb, move.
I mean, you guys can try and pull him back.
Yeah, on my tail.
Yasha.
Wait, but she can't get up to him.
Why not?
It would have to be Caduceus that pulls him back,
I'll give
right?
him a pull.
You can try and squeeze by, but that would require a check to make sure you don't burn yourself
I'll give
in
him
the
a
torch
pull.
bloom.
I can
Does someone want to assist you for that?
Let's make a strength check.
Just a shark.
Assist you? Assist anyone?
No,
want to
no, it's
assist?
okay. I got this. That's a check.
Yes. You grab onto the shark's tail and realize you don't have anything to leverage yourself on. You're just trying to swim backward and remain stationary.
He's really in there.
That's the best. Tug of war in water.
Yeah, I'm just tubbed in there too tight.
Yeah.
Quit flailing.
So as the tunnel pincers a bit and you realize and reflexively makes transformation, it's that shit. But you take 1 point of fire damage from the torch bloom.
Okay.
And now the serpent's going to go ahead and strike at your shark form.
Okay.
Face.
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
All right. Shark form takes 12 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire.
Jeez. Okay.
It's your turn.
Okay, I bite it.
Roll an attack.
Yes. 22.
His arms down.
22 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage.
Another shark.
That is 14 points of piercing damage.
14 points of piercing damage. As you bite into the side of it, the water clouds with the dark blood of this creature as it struggles in your grasp before it slips away from your teeth. It is wounded, but it is still alive.
Okay, oh, here's that iron you were talking about.
And the scent is intoxicating. What are the rest of you guys? Are you going to try again?
I'm going to give it another go.
Go for it, Caduceus.
Maybe if
Use
you
your
push.
feet.
Better. 5.
I cannot wait. For
It's
this.
like a centimeter, an inch.
I
this
can't wait for
comic
this
strip.
whole sequence.
Got
to be
to
animated.
twist him back and forth.
Yeah.
It's just, anyone got like a rag or something? I can get a better grip.
A rag. Like opening a jar of pickles. Who's got a washcloth?
Sometimes
I'll use
you
my
can
shirt, it's okay.
you can dent the lid
Yeah,
just to
he's
get a little
rolling.
extra grip.
He's rolling.
You take another 4 points of fire damage from the
okay.
torch blooms. You just
Okay.
squeezed it
Not
there.
us, it's-
Yeah.
The serpent's going to strike back at your form once more.
Yep.
That is not so great. That is a 14 to hit.
Still hits.
Still hits.
Sharks are easy to hit.
It takes, or you take
Stuck in a tunnel. Right in front of you.
13 points of piercing damage
I'm gonna get you.
and 5 points of fire damage.
Oh man. The shark is bloodied.
Okay. Your turn.
Bite it.
Bite it. Go for it.
Yeah, I'll just sit there.
None of us even know what's happening.
This is like the weirdest version of.
If you light up two hungry hippos, they're just.
Yep.
It's just like when I hold my wiener dog and he's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
14.
14. That hits. Go and roll damage.
14 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I want to eat him.
And you do. Once again, all the water in front of you is now clouded with the remains of this fiery serpent thing that you've now swallowed.
Yeah. And I just sit there thinking, apex predator. And that's all I do.
Okay.
I'm not that bright right now.
Gonna.
Do make. I should have been keeping up with this. Do make a couple of concentration checks. For me,
Great.
if you
Oh,
don't mind.
sure.
Using the constitution of the shark.
Of the shark. Okay. That is a 13.
Okay, that would have been fine. Next one.
That is a 9.
Okay, so we'll say at this point you lose concentration from the last moment you guys kind of strike simultaneously, and then revert back to your form.
Apex predator. Oh, scheiße. Back the other way. Wrong way. Wrong way.
Okay.
Caduceus has a heavy hold on your ankle and pulls you immediately back into the space.
You're good.
So
Seems
we're-
uncalled for.
I'm assuming we're the opposite lineup now, right? So Ford or Yasha and Not are leading, and Veth are leading the way.
Just at least to back up.
I can do that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of slowly make your way back into the tunnel. And are you continuing to lead, Caleb?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll drag my way up to the front. I'm not speedy anymore until I cast Expeditious Retreat again, and now I am.
Alrighty. That lasts for how long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. You got it. All right. So putting it up again for another casting that puts you at the front for this next leg for the 20-minute sequence. Go ahead and make another survival check with advantage.
I turn into a blue whale. Natural 20.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Pushing forward, you guys feel the water getting cooler and cooler still, and you're sensing the proximity to your exit is getting closer and closer. The anticipation begins to rise up from inside, and the kind of excitement and the hope for the coming restful exhale is not that far off the distance. Go ahead and make one more check with advantage to see.
15.
15. Pushing in that final leg, you eventually curve downward and peer into what looks to be a separation of the torch bloom and darkness of an interior chamber beyond that. And as you emerge into the underwater portion of the cavern in which the ships are kept, you lead the rest of the party out to freedom in the much colder waters on the underground inlet here.
Huh? Like a Zemnian clock.
Well done.
What a fucking plan.
Wow.
We did it.
We did it. We made 4 plans and abandoned all of them, but we did it.
Yes.
Now that we broke the surface, are things still falling from the ceiling, and how many ships are still there?
Yeah.
Things aren't falling from the ceiling. The chamber is filled with smoke.
Yeah.
It is a little hard to breathe. You can breathe better underwater with your water breathing spell
do that.
because the burning ships are in an enclosed space and with a little bit of smoke that's coming out from the sides of the waterfall and the illusory exit there.
Right.
We should have put the fires out maybe at this point. If it's
Ow.
possible.
But you do see
do that.
the fire has spread beyond the secondary ship,
No.
Right.
which was the Sea Banshee, I believe, right?
Can you control
yeah,
water
I think
anymore?
so. It was
Do you have
Fiona and the one
24?
next to it.
Right.
It was the Banshee, yeah.
Yeah, and so now that has spread to the Kingfisher.
Oh no.
How's our big boat?
I can try using my 6th level as a control water and lift up the water to try to put out the fires on the boats.
I can also use control flames to put fire out as well.
Oh, that's
5 feet at a time.
Right, so it'll take you a little
Take
bit of
some
time to
time,
do so.
yeah.
Okay.
I
So you
don't
guys
have
can-
control water, but that's a pretty good plan is to just create
Oh, wait, do I
rain or
have it
something? I don't know.
prepared? Yeah, I have it prepared, so I could do that.
Okay, let's go and do that then.
I just swim to one of the edges of the boats and just start
Just
splashing it.
water onto
Yeah.
one at a time. Fair enough.
I'm gonna bring up a water like tornado and bring it down.
Onto it. We'll say between the spellcraft and the concentrated
Yes,
splashing.
spellcraft. Yes, that is what I'm doing. Look at my spellcraft.
You eventually begin to douse the majority of the flames that are here, bringing it to somewhat waterlogged cinders, and now elements of steam mixing with the smoke. It is still a relatively unhappy place to be for a short while. But best to your knowledge, the ships that have survived any damage are the Mistral, the Drunken Mariner, a handful of smaller fishing boats, and the Eden's Horizon.
Yes! 9 heroes!
As I put out fires, I find it very hard not to start them on other boats. that are quite strong.
Wow.
Okay.
What a day.
Right. So we should check on the exterior, right?
We should see
the
how the
village.
village.
Oh, yes, we should.
Also, yeah, the village might be in
Gone.
chaos right
Yeah,
now.
but
They
if
all
they're
just
like-
woke up from the worst dream.
Yeah, if they're
Potentially.
rioting.
Right.
Villia kind of goes,
Oh, that's right.
you're probably right. Oh dear.
Can you do the tree porty?
I can once we get once again to a tree.
Yeah.
So let us try and swim out then, I suppose.
Oh, nobody has control water anymore.
Oops.
I have shape water.
Will that work for a giant fire hydrant waterfall?
Well, I can.
we
I
might
can,
all just be
I
going
can
for a
change
ride.
the flow of water in a 5
Finally get to do
foot cube.
No.
Well, no, so like that little bit, I could just like whoop,
Let's go
whoop
for a
right
ride.
there in a 5
Yeah,
foot
we're gonna have to
cube.
go for a ride.
I go ahead and I swim towards it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
We just gotta go for it.
So you guys all gather and bundle up right at the base of where the waterfall is. You can hear the rushing water just shooting by.
I'm still gonna use shape water, but I'm gonna use it to change the color of the water around Ford to yellow.
Oh no.
No, it's not me. No, it's not.
That's really strong.
Oh
Like,
boy, that's a nice flow.
You can't see actual urine in the water.
Why is it
all right?
coming out of your elbow?
No one dares judge this man.
You should drink more water, though. Just saying. It's very.
My kidneys are
Very yellow.
failing.
It was a rough day.
It was. Are we really going through with this?
there's no other choice, I don't think.
All right, Bo
I
first.
feel like someone's gonna turn into a bird, right? And do this whole.
I think I might have an idea.
What?
Oh boy.
Wait.
Okay. Uh-huh.
So we have a burned boat.
Oh. Just ride a boat out.
We can just maybe just like a dam, except that the river's going up.
I don't know if I want to be
dig it.
free falling with a ship.
No,
as
no, no.
well.
We just break up the water. It probably isn't powerful enough to maybe it'll lift it. I don't know, but it might not.
How about this? I'm gonna go on ahead and I'll watch from the other side. Just in case.
I don't see how that helps, but I trust
It's
you.
not. And I swim into it.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
Okay. So are you trying to fight the current?
No.
You watch as Beauregard goes, all right, and is just like any sort of vacuum tube that just all of a sudden just fires off, like Augustus Gloop in Willy Wonka.
Monks, man.
She just vanishes upward. You Beauregard.
You Beauregard.
You Beauregard.
You fucking Beauregard.
Beauregard, like you wouldn't believe.
Imagine if she shot up and hit the ceiling in reverse keyleth.
I'm not done.
Oh no.
Oh, don't put ideas in his head.
No. So, Beauregard, the first sensation that hits you, you know when you all of a sudden catch like a hose or something, and water shoots into your nose and mouth and just completely waterlogs your sinuses?
I do.
It's-
I've been tubing.
Yes. It's that times 100. It is such a volume of force. Wasabi could not clear your nose this strong. And you are tossed like a rag doll upward. Make a dexterity check, because from this perspective, you are being shot towards the mouth of the top mouth of the cavern.
Undergoing
A
it.
saving throw or just a straight check?
No.
No, a dexterity saving throw.
A saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay. 20.
20. You
Yes.
do not collide with the rock surface of the cavern, and instead just get flung at an intense speed.
would I?
As soon as your vision kind of comes back from the intense spray of water into your face and nose, you feel that gentle drifting sensation of flying, then falling. At this height, you have about 40 or 50 or so arcing feet to drop.
I'm trying to go for that upper level.
Oh, you're far above the other level. You're just landing now amongst the rock and pools.
Okay, I'm gonna do a nice little swan dive and do a full, 360-degree front flip and 3-point landing.
You got it. 24 points of bludgeoning damage, which I believe with your slow fall means nothing.
In a puddle, some barely any water splashes around me. I land just that gracefully.
God,
Those
Keyleth
weird
shoulda-
vibration pools where it's just like.
Yeah, that's it. Just
Why didn't Keyleth turn into a monk?
What's the height that she got shot up to?
only thing I couldn't do.
Max, how high was she from the ground?
From what you saw is about 55, 60 feet from the bottom of the actual surface of the water to the rock ceiling at this point, so it is curved down a little bit. It's around 70 to 80 feet at some points in the tunnel, the further back it gets. But it's about 55, 60 feet right here, the apex of the entrance, and then she kind of went right past it.
And she went 40 or 50 feet above
I
that?
still like my burn.
You don't know where she went.
Idea.
She went out of your visual range.
What about the previous time when we were first coming here? Because we saw you go fucking ragdoll.
That's right.
Yeah.
Over 100 feet.
Yeah, we can't, no.
We can also try to hold on
can
to
do
each
it.
other and make ourselves way more so we don't,
I still like the boat idea.
I think we should do the boat thing.
Boat idea. It is.
Boy, that is a bad idea. That
I
just
mean, it's-
seems.
If
But
we
yeah, let's
can
do it.
move a boat and have it act as a plug, it would take me a few minutes, but I could actually open the front of the ship and just make us a hole to walk through, provided the boat is blocking the.
Oh, so like we wedge it in?
We wedge it in there,
Boy, I think.
and then I just part the front of the boat and we go through that.
It's gonna
I
break
think
the
it's
boat
gonna explode
apart.
the ship or send it up. I think.
Well, let's
How
grab.
wide is this geyser
Good
of
question.
water?
Ship wide.
From side to side, the geyser is about. I'm trying to remember the exact. About 15, 20 feet wide.
That's huge.
Okay. I have an idea. I'm gonna go up to the cavern wall next to the waterfall. Hey Ford, you're a strong swimmer.
Yes.
Will you hold on to my legs so you can hold me steady in this water so I don't fall?
You want me in the water?
Well, yeah, because there's no edge here.
Oh,
so
sure.
I'm gonna have to be treading water to do this. So
Yeah.
you hold me so I don't have to tread.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm gonna use my paints. I'm gonna paint a tunnel so I can see the outside.
You're painting on water?
I'm gonna paint on the
Wall
rock
of the cavern.
next to the waterfall. I'm just gonna try to paint a little tunnel so we can all fit through. I know what it looks like outside of there, so I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it uses a little bit of decent amount of paint. So go ahead and mark down. How much paint do you have left currently?
A lot.
A lot.
Fucking toes.
She's used
I
like
haven't been using it.
she's used like
true.
10 out of
be like-
1,000 or something.
I'd say about
10 square feet, 20 square feet,
10 square feet.
10 square feet. Okay.
So you guys, as you take a moment and kind of watch her, she goes into the lights and shading and the horizon line with the water, draws a little bird flying, that does a picturesque, quite beautiful painting. And as you're kind of taking in the details of it, they begin to become clear. And then you kind of pull back, almost like looking too close to Monet that looks just like dots of color, and then you pull back and it is an image. You kind of back up a little bit, and it's just a hole in the rock.
That's brilliant.
That's amazing.
Come on, you guys.
All right.
And I crawl through.
Okay. So Beauregard, as you're waiting for all of them to come rocketing over the side, you watch them just casually stroll out onto the side of the rock.
While I'm waiting for them, can I actually peek up at the volcano and see if I see any lava flows or how it's doing?
The smoke emerging from the volcano, and there is still smoke, but it is more of a gray, white smoke, which is different from the black that has been steadily pouring from the active volcano for quite some time. You do see along the volcanic surface and the sides of it that kind of gets a little more black, and there are sources of black smoke coming up from the sides of the mountain from all over. So it does it like it was. It was flowing.
Okay.
So as you guys all emerge, and when you emerge, it's not like this little platform there. You have probably a good 10 or so feet before you can begin to find footing, so you're having to kind of like step out of the hole and grasp on a little bit of rock climbing to the side until you get to, or you can just jump into the water. It's up to you.
No, I'm gonna avoid the water. I don't want to get sucked up into that geyser by mistake.
All right. So you guys like climb alongside and eventually make your way over onto a safer part within the rocky lagoon walls, not too far from the beach where you've now spent 2 evenings of rest. Beauregard, you see them all kind of gathering down over by.
Hey, I'm up here.
Can opener!
You okay?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you guys?
Jump!
Oh, I'm coming down to you. You're not coming up to me.
That seems like way more effort.
Cannonball!
Okay.
Slow fall.
Coming. I jump. Yasha, catch me!
You go out and you jump into the water to try and catch her?
Yes.
They pass each other.
We have clerics.
Yeah? All right.
We have clerics.
As you, Yasha, wade out a little bit and try and position
no.
yourself, Beauregard vanishes back over the edge of the rock, and there's a few moments where you're like, is she? And you see her, after her running jump, leaps and goes into, is it a cannonball? Is it a can opener? What are you doing?
Oh, God.
Or are you just being caught?
Plank it. Just fucking belly flop.
Do the keyleth.
From 50 feet.
I'm gonna belly flop. I've done that. That's horrible.
Egg. Do the egg.
Yasha's gonna try and catch you, so what do you think would be most...
I try and like turn over and do like the damsel in distress, like Godzilla whole fall, like catch me.
I'm seeing her position. I'm like, okay.
That's my favorite.
From how high? 50?
Very high.
Well, no, from
Break her
where
arm.
she is, it's about 70...
Very high.
75 feet.
Yeah.
That's how Yasha.
You know you rotate, right?
Yeah.
He's a monk.
Well,
Usually
yeah,
towards
you
the
rotate.
direction of your head.
Yeah, I do a few rotations,
far up is
but I look.
About 70, 75 feet.
Okay.
Over it.
Oh man.
You're gonna catch me, right?
I'm gonna catch you for sure.
Just start swimming away.
You're gonna hold that football, right, Lucy?
Getting closer and closer.
Right?
I want to try something.
What are you gonna try?
Oh boy.
Skin gorger.
Just a fruit ninja her in the middle of the air.
This is the weirdest way to try this, but I
like
kind
it.
of want to see
Oh, do it!
if the wings are real. So I might want to try to meet her.
Okay, so you go ahead and as she's falling, you attempt to release.
But I want to tell everybody, wait, what is that over there? What? Make everybody not see?
Look away.
Make a deception check, Yasha.
Come on.
Against everybody else's passive
I just
passive insight. So
Oh, I have a -2 for deception.
you'll be fine.
10.
10.
I'll stare at you.
Everybody stares at you.
I wasn't even looking.
Can't believe it's the first time I'm trying to use these.
I know.
That sounds like a lie.
So you shout, "Hey, look over there!" Nobody looks. Are you still doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
You watch as Yasha, kind of glancing up towards Beauregard, her attention refocusing, takes a deep breath, and then from behind, these wings emerge. Not the blackened, necrotic, dead wings that you're used to, this terrifying visage, but from what you can see, these beautiful, bright, white, almost gold sparkling feathered wings emerge, and as they once, it gives you just enough of a boost where you lift from the water about 5 to 8 feet and put your arms out to try and catch her as she comes down. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh my god!
Dope moment.
I lean in next to Ford and say, "This is the weirdest mating dance."
19.
Ooh.
19.
First good roll.
Yeah, first good roll since for a long time.
So that reduces the damage you both take.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's rocketing towards you.
She's rocking.
Off kilter. Like the worst knuckleball of a human being ever.
Still so far. Still so
That
far.
momentum every.
Sounds like a lot of stuff.
It'd be 27 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to half because of your roll. That brings it to 13. So you both take 13 points of bludgeoning damage. I would say slow fall would help you, but you were intentionally not trying to slow your fall. So you both take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'll take it.
And as the impact hits, it's like, and you watch as Yasha, her physicality strains with the impact, but she maintains form, holding bow, and then the wings kind of, as she lowers back down into the water, and the wings kind of fold behind as they're now both in the lagoon below.
It was exceptionally hot.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Holy shit.
You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So did we want to go back
You
to
have
the
wings.
village or
You have
Yeah,
wings.
that, can we talk about
like
that
you're-
some more?
You
Wearing that.
flew.
How long has this been a thing?
I don't know. I had a dream on the ship and I didn't know if it was real or not. So I thought it might be a good time to try, but I didn't know it would work.
Yeah, it worked, yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel different? Are you a bird or something? Like, what? Are you okay?
I think
I
she's
don't feel
an
any different.
angel.
You're an
Dreamt you
angel,
had wings,
Yasha.
and then you had them.
I've never had them before. I mean, they've always been just kind of weird and strange.
And you've no idea why you have them.
No, I didn't. I didn't know this was possible. I mean, I just. I thought it wouldn't hurt to try to bamf them out to catch Bo. If it didn't happen, then it didn't
You
happen.
just
We
died.
fell in the water.
No big deal.
I
Yeah,
would have died.
yeah.
I would have.
Yeah, I don't know.
So as you're kind of holding Beauregard, you're still kind of hovering right above the water surface as you're having this conversation while they're talking at you, and you're kind of nervously talking and answering their questions. You don't realize until a moment later, as you still begin to hear the
Holy.
You can fly.
You can fly.
You can fly. You can fly.
You can fly.
Yasha.
Oh my. I'm just gonna try to fly around a little bit.
okay.
No.
You watch.
Carry
No
me.
fucking way.
I just hold on to her neck.
Yeah.
Kind of squeeze into
All right.
her a little.
You just start flying around.
Oh!
What are you doing? Where are you trying to fly?
I don't know. I just want to go up over the waterfall and maybe
Yes.
look up over the volcano.
You feel
Okay. You guys watch as Yasha just takes off. Up over the waterfall, above the rocky pools above, and begins to coast up above the edge of the volcano. As you're just soaring, it's this incredible sense of freedom. It does last for 1 minute, so the wings suddenly.
no.
Okay. Well, we won't get too far.
So you get a little ways up there.
This
Look.
is incredible.
Oh,
You're
it's
incredible.
going away.
And with-
It's going away.
The feathers suddenly vanish, and the wings fade away into radiant outlines, and then are gone, and you both begin to plummet.
Where are they directly
Yeah,
above
where are
us,
we at
or are
this
they elsewhere?
You said you were going up, kind of over the waterfall and up along like the volcano
Yeah,
a
so
little
maybe
bit.
on those first pools.
So you're a little bit above the pools, so you're not like terribly high.
Okay.
30 feet per round. I put that at about. You're about 90 or so feet above the water pools.
Sure.
Okay.
So
Above the upper level pools?
Yes.
Like, so if they fall, they will not come back down to us. They'll.
no,
Far away from.
they're way far away from you guys.
Okay.
Cool.
So you guys are both plummeting. What are you doing?
Can you see them?
I guess we're falling into the water.
It's just great. It's amazing. It's the best fall ever.
Yeah, I feel fine. I feel good.
Is there water below you?
There is.
Rocks.
Right?
There is?
The water below them.
There are some pools of water.
Some.
So if you want to try and maneuver towards the surface of the pools, you're not uncertain of how shallow they are.
I played that in GTA. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I'll try and look and see if I can kind of like maneuver my body weight while maybe grabbing Yasha and yanking her over a pool that looks.
It's like 3 feet deep.
Yeah, it's totally the
Make
shallow
a
end.
perception check with disadvantage because you're both tumbling ass over tea kettle midair.
That's fair. Oh, one of those was a natural 20, but I'll take the 14 for 18.
18. You do glance below and you can see one of the larger rock pools you might be able to maneuver towards. I need you both to make an athletics check or acrobatics.
Let's go, jocks.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Acrobatics. Natural 20.
Natural 19. Ooh. So, 27.
All right.
Oh,
You both.
like a Cirque show.
Yep.
It's O. It's just
Yeah.
great.
You both go from this
Yeah.
this completely tangled, dynamic mess. As you plummet, you both begin to form almost like molecules finding bonds. You both become this structure, like arm in arm, holding each other, looking at each other, looking down, and maneuver at an angle until spoosh, you both impact. It is about 5 feet deep, this pool.
Okay, that's fine.
But through that fall,
What, 5 feet deep?
Yeah.
And
This was dumb.
you ever jump off a 20-foot diving board?
Yep.
You know how far down you go?
Yep.
Those are terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah, you fell
that
from
was
So
hurt
scary.
so bad,
Yeah.
you guys.
24 points of damage reduced to 12
Hey.
Okay.
for each of you.
No damage.
But you
right?
take
fall
none
damage.
because you were actively.
Wait, you
Fallen.
take.
Yeah.
You take.
None.
You take none. Great.
Yeah.
So you both catch down. The water splashes out to such an extent to where half of the pool is now gone. You guys have actually managed to diffuse a majority of what made this pool, and you feel the stone beneath you kind of give slightly.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. That
We
might
should
not have
get
been
out
the
of here. Yeah.
Greatest
yeah.
idea, but that was kind of
That
fun.
was
Thanks
amazing.
for going on that ride with me.
Thanks for taking me. Let's go out of the pool. Okay.
Okay.
I-
You both exit the pool, and as you get a few steps away, you hear this. As you look behind, the pool just sinks in.
Sucked back into the underneath. Okay.
Yeah.
You just destroyed all the ships.
As you return to the mast of the Eden's Horizon. it's just- no. But yeah, you're both gonna have a moment. The adrenaline's still coursing through your systems through that, and you have another moment to kind of consider what just happened.
Do we think they're coming back?
Yeah, they're
I'll
fine.
probably just jump back.
No,
Jump down
they're
again.
probably on a really fun trip right now. I mean,
If they jump down this time, who will sprout wings to catch them? Ford, would you like to try?
I will take a pass.
Okay.
Is that a yes or a no? I'm a little. You'll
It's
take a pass at it, or you will take a pass?
yeah.
around it?
I'll try.
Oh, okay, good. Seems only reasonable. They're fine.
Yeah, I didn't know if that would happen for sure. But cool.
What does it mean?
I don't know. I honestly didn't know that could ever happen to me. So I'm confused, but I'm thankful.
Yeah, that's a relatable sentiment. Well, it's incredible.
That's really cool. I didn't mean to make a big show of it, but I mean, I did, but it's kind of cool.
Thanks for taking me on your maiden flight.
Thanks for being my first passenger. Okay. Well, how are you feeling?
Good, yeah, great.
Okay.
Probably a better. It's a long time. Good. Look, good long time.
Ooh, long time.
Yeah.
It's a good long time.
Good. Yeah. Better than.
Well, maybe we should go check.
Yeah.
see if-
To the other, they might think we're.
They're probably dead. They probably think we're dead, which is probably not good. Probably not a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So you guys Are you slowly climbing down the side of the mountainside? Or are you jumping back in the water? What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean,
What?
Yeah, what?
disasters.
Are you climbing down the mountainside the long way? Or are you jumping down again? Like, are you just joining up everybody
I
else?
mean, if we jump again,
Yeah, we should be
might be not-
safe about it.
Let's
Yeah,
take the
we'll
safe
just.
route
All
this
right.
time around.
It'll
We've tested fate limits.
fair enough. It takes you, I'd say, about 40 or so minutes to find your way back down around through the jungle to get them. So for a short time,
No, we've just left with
Yasha and Bo are gone. So they're gone. Like they haven't. You watch them vanish above and kind of peer over the edge. So you do see that they're okay. Like you see them for a moment and then they disappear for a while.
I can't send them any messages.
I can send them
Do you
a
think they went to the... You want to send them something? See
Sure,
if they
I'll
went to the village
Hold
or
up a
something?
little wire and
Are they
point to
within
the direction
120 feet?
I think they're in.
They would be as they start to find a way to climb down. Yeah.
Yasha, you coming down? You can reply to this message.
Yes. Hello. Message received. We are on our way down to you all.
Oh, wow. Sit down.
Skies are partly cloudy with precipitation.
Yeah.
Charisma is my lowest. Okay.
Eventually, as you guys are kind of resting from the chaos of what transpired, a short time later, Beauregard and Yasha do join up with the rest of the group. You guys take a short rest on the beach, or
I mean, we probably...
Yeah.
We probably should.
Yeah, I mean, we can't teleport back to the village, right? So
I mean, we can.
We can.
I can now that we have trees around.
maybe we should do that and then... Oh, what if it's chaos?
What
Should
if
we
it's
rest
covered
now?
in magma?
There's nothing I can do. But
Well, I mean, we could go and perhaps arrive at the outskirts of the village just in case everyone's killing each other. And if it looks normal, then maybe we could go in.
I know a tree that can get us there. Yeah.
Let's go first and then rest when we get there.
I'm trying to make eye contact with Bo to see if she just had sex.
It's probably hard to tell if I have or not.
Okay.
At this point, Villia has gone to the similar tree that you guys have utilized previously on the side of the village, on the side of the beach.
Yeah.
And you watch as she places
Always
her,
look like
her hand across the side of its trunk, takes the staff, and the similar zipping motion kind of like pulls it down. And as it does, you watch as the doorway opens. On the other side, you can see the dense jungle interior of the surrounding space of the village of O. You do catch that the mist is gone.
Oh.
And the feeling of being watched?
No longer there.
We should go.
Yep. Go,
6
go,
seconds.
go.
Yes, we should. As you all come through and emerge from the other side, it closes behind you, and you can just hear the distant sound of voices. You're maybe about 30 or so feet from the perimeter of the village of O.
Distant sound of voices? Do
Do
they
they
sound like
sound-
panicked?
yeah.
Alarmed.
Crying?
Yeah.
They're heightened, but you don't hear panic.
Okay.
And it's just like occasionally like a loud voice. Caduceus, because of you and Beauregard, and Caleb all have pretty high perceptions. The conversation seems to be people having an argument. What do you guys do?
Can we get close enough to them but stay out of sight?
Yeah, because we do need to rest.
Okay.
Don't want to be seen.
Could we also ask Villia, first person that pops into your mind, who are we really trying to make contact with here? I'm sure there's someone.
All of my experiences have been with people pretty much clouded with the same magic. There have been a few people that have arrived that seemed a bit dubious.
These are people who are remembering who they are for the first time
Right.
in years.
There's not one person in particular, though, that you have to make contact with? Just checking.
I mean, I don't have to.
Okay.
But if you're going to do this event, we have to figure out some way to functionally make this village and its people work together. lest we leave it to their devices, but I would like to at least help quell whatever confusion there is out there. I mean, suddenly they had all of these memories fled back to them, an experience that I've had on my own, thankfully in the presence of people that had a feeling of what was going on. I can't imagine what they're going through right now.
Do you want to go in without us and talk to them? Maybe as outsiders we won't be quite as welcomed.
We
right
should
now?
protect her, though. What if they riot or blame her? She was
Agreed.
the leader.
Oh, that's a good call.
Maybe. Well, stay best you can out of sight, and I'll go ahead and inquire then.
Okay.
All right. She kind of fixes her posture, holds the staff, and begins to go into a kind of powered walk towards the village perimeter.
I'm going to go with her invisible.
Okay. So you turn invisible and follow behind. As you get closer, you begin to make out more of the words of the argument. And it appears to be an argument between individuals that are arguing that the reason they came here is nonsensical. All the work they were supposed to do, it's been 10 years. Our mission's done. We have no job to go back to. What are we supposed to do now? Mm-hmm. Other person's like, well, maybe it's a fresh start. You know, we can go anywhere. It's like, I don't want to go anywhere. And as you kind of step into that space there, you can see one of the figures is Lukash, who is currently yelling at one of the other villagers that you haven't met before, and is like,
it's just, you work so hard to build a career and a reputation, and one wayward journey just tears it away from you. This is ridiculous.
and he kicks over what looks like one of the other, handmade chairs that sits on one of the outside social spaces in a bunch of the village. And now as you begin to look around, you can see there are other people are in the process of having hushed conversations and gathering their things. A lot of the village is very much in an energy of moving or getting away. They're in that kind of panic state of, I'm not supposed to be here. I've been here how long? And you can see there's a lot of estranged, weird looks. You do see a couple of people that you saw families before. People that had children who are now in the process of having a really awkward conversation.
Oh, shit.
Things are a bit weird right now in the village of Vo. Vilya goes up to Lukash and goes, Lukash, he turns to his sister.
Daramid, what's your name?
Daramid?
Daramid.
Daramid.
Vilya.
All right, Vilya, great. What happened?
And she begins to explain, well, it seems that Vokodo have been doing this to us for some time, and me, along with the newcomers that you met a few nights back, managed to stop him.
It's like, wow, that's great news. I'm just trying to figure out whether or not ignorance was bliss, or if I really wanted this truth thrust upon me.
He takes a moment. No, I did. It would be ridiculous to keep living an absolute lie.
Thank you. I'm just really frustrated right now. And how the hell are we going to get off this place?
And Vilya begins to speak. Well, we did happen to find some ships that were hidden off to the side.
He goes, oh, good. Hopefully they have ours. Where are your friends? Did they survive?
They're on their way. They'll be here shortly. I managed to get here first to just check in with the rest of you guys.
Very well. I would keep an eye out. I don't know if everyone's trustworthy here at the time being. There's already been some strange goings-on. I'm going to gather what remains of my men, hopefully find our ship, and get the hell back to Port Zun.
And he steps away with a frustrated huff.
Port Zun?
Port Zun.
I think it's... Could be.
What?
Yeah.
Never mind. Maybe.
I think it's time to make ourselves known.
So as you're following, about 10 minutes or so, as Villia begins to speak to a few other people that she interacts with. Many people come to her and be like, what's happening? What's real? They're all trying to figure out ways to consolidate their previous lives and their real, not real lives. And there's just kind of an air of anxiety and brewing chaos throughout the entire village. You can see there are now groups of people that are taking all their things and packing them up and are ready to just shove off in whatever direction. You can see some individuals that are kind of keeping together quietly and just kind of keeping a weird eye on everyone else as they're getting ready to leave. It's already segmenting into factions. You do see as Villia goes and notices towards Ashelin, who, or she says, Jaina? And Jaina goes, Ashelin. And you see the wood elf werebear, woman who had led you guys here, who's in the process of throwing some things into a sack. Right. So this has been very weird. Do you know how to get off this rock, eh? He goes, I do have some ways of doing so. That is correct. I can't now, but perhaps in the days to come. Oh, great then. Everyone hear that? Viridian here is our key to getting out of here. And you watch as the voices begin to kind of mutter and whisper. People begin to turn and look, and Villia holds the staff a little closer to her chest and takes a couple steps back and goes, right, in time, depending on the destination and my experience, I can get us away from here in waves, and I'm willing to do so. I just need everyone to be calm and civil about this. And there's kind of a pause, and some folks kind of step a little closer, and some folks kind of and go back to their work. It's a very different village from where you left it. So you're following this. Are you doing anything, or are you just watching?
I'm just watching right now, but as they step closer, I just are ready to defend if I need to. But seems okay.
Okay. You see as an older woman, actually the one who is helping fix the food for the communal event that you all shared over dinner. Enola, she introduces herself as, steps forward and goes, so, Viridian, I've been here a long time. I've spent more time here than I have at home. Do we all have to go? And Villia goes, I don't imagine you have to. I mean, anyone who wishes to stay, they can. We had a sustainable life. I guess we have to figure out who needs to go and who wants to stay. You see a few heads nod. And the woman goes, then I'll begin asking around then. I want to be helpful in that way. If that's all right. She said, of course, Enola. And she goes, Wenthal. You can call me Wenthal. No. Call me Enola. Yes. And she turns around and heads off, and you begin to see another side. The tension splits a little bit, and now that there's been a discussion of which seems to be kind of an element of which life was better for some people, that faction division begins to be noticeable. Though there's no immediate tension there. It's just a lot of people finding possibly previous individuals they knew and figure out what this new dynamic is. But nobody seems to be outwardly aggressive towards Villia at the moment. Villia turns around after kind of seeing things manageable on its own for a moment, turns around and heads back to meet up with the Mighty Nine once more. You follow?
Yes. And explain to everybody what happened.
Villia comes and explains as well. And so it's a bit strange.
Yeah, I mean, two things struck me as being just, first of all, many people are still looking towards you for some sort of leadership or answers. I don't know if that's a role that you want, but perhaps it would be wise to at least calm some of the tensions if we were to call some sort of meeting or conference or something, just so everyone can sort of air their grievances and check in with each other all together and form a group plan.
I
feel responsible for a lot of this, or at least helping as much as I can. It would take me a number of days to vacate the majority of this village, but we'll see how many wish to stay, how many wish to go. I don't wish to stay. While I have enjoyed elements of my time here, there are more important people I'd wish to see.
Your family.
In time.
You said you saw Lukash. Did you see, or Daramond? Did you see Terra?
Not yet, no.
It seems that if they went to you and to Daramond and Terra, then shouldn't we locate her?
Let's go try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Should we
fan out or
Keep an eye
stick
on
together?
your belongings, everyone.
Oh, yes. If we check our inventory for the things that went missing, are they still missing?
I would say for the most part, because you guys spent quite a few rounds in the midst of being burned horribly by the water, did not scare you off. I'd say everything except for there was a hammer that was lost at one point, right? Yeah, can't find your hammer. Sorry, damn it.
Oh, but my hair oil is back.
Like all that stuff was with
How did we
Fukoto?
get it?
Or was it just on us?
It was all with Fukoto, weirdly.
That is strange. How?
Fuck.
It's very strange.
How do you take that feat? Inventory fogs.
When during the time that like Yasha and Bo were up top and we were just chilling, or during that time when Vilio's in the village, can we look through some of the stuff that we found?
Yeah, if
and
you'd like to, sure.
Maybe identify some of the stuff that we found.
Yeah. What do you got?
I mean, so much stuff.
There were like 4 magical items that would
Yeah,
probably be good to look at.
I have them. Boats. So, nope. Coat, boots, case, and staff.
Maybe
Boats,
just
coots.
the 4 items and not all the other
Yeah,
shit.
no. We don't want to pull it out and let
These
everyone
people
see it,
identify
but
Criminal.
Yeah, it's mostly
Yeah,
just
yeah,
Just magical. That's all I done.
separating.
For.
and then
things
we're gonna
from
put it back
personal.
in our bags and hide the shit.
Yeah, it would take a while for you to catalog everything that you took, because
Right.
you took a lot. You've never had this much money at your disposal. Whoa.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But we should probably do a little categorizing
Yeah.
in case we want to dole out some of it to these people before they
Tonight.
go about their way.
Vilius says, I can go ahead and speak to our previous village elders and other emerging figures of interest and talk about gathering everyone to discuss what's to be done tonight.
That would be good. Do you need help doing that? Do you feel safe?
I feel safe. If it gets bad, I have my means of getting out of a hairy situation.
Why don't we find a little hovel?
Yeah, like one of the houses that's like abandoned or anything that we
can
can
do that.
huddle up in.
Take a rest, count some money.
Okay.
Barricade the door.
All right. Shall we then? Mm-hmm. All right, you head back and enter the village, and you see exactly what was seen by Veth and Vilia upon their arrival. A short time into kind of keeping an eye out, 2 things catch your eye. There is a small group of 3 people that you've never seen before that are kind of on the south side of the village that all look very confused with like large bundles and they're all going,
They're arriving.
Early bird. Where's con registration?
Wednesday
Where do I get my
arrivals.
badge?
You
my
see,
lanyard?
you see a scrawny male dwarf with like a brown, scraggly beard, a mostly bald head, not by shaved, but by balding pattern, who is just wearing what looks to be very weathered travel clothes and has 2 cases at his sides, and it's just kind of like, hello?
Shit.
You see a female human with shoulder-length blonde hair, who is very well dressed, who is impatiently standing and looking around, arms crossed. And you do see a male Goliath, who is this thick, like this thick barrel-like Goliath, shorter than you'd expect, but definitely wide with muscle and just general rotundness. who is right next to the female human and kind of keeping an eye on her other side. And they stick out like sore thumbs.
The D&D cast of Clue.
Yeah.
We should go over and just say, what did you say something?
I'm gonna put on one of my stupid green cloaks that I made.
Sure.
Here, put this on.
Oh, okay. Hey, how about this? The previous con hasn't
Cleared out
finished,
yet,
hasn't
yeah,
cleared
yeah,
out
yeah.
yet, so we'll just,
The panel? The previous panel?
So, just
Yeah.
hang tight.
Yeah. Okay, we walk over. Look,
No
you
saving
know,
seats.
What do you say? Like, traveler be with you? Pack your bags? Like, what's the thing that followers of the traveler say?
I
Gotcha.
don't know. Eat a bag of dicks. I don't fucking know.
Eat a bag of dicks.
This is important. Branding is very important.
You're right. We need to come up with this.
Well, whatever you say is what followers of the traveler say.
Blessings be upon you, my child.
Whoa, that's very
No.
official.
How about
Where's the fun?
I've never heard the Traveler say that either.
It's pretty cool.
Traveler welcomes. I don't.
Traveler welcomes.
Yeah, whatever. We'll just figure it out. Come on, let's go.
Traveler's prayer.
Keep moving.
Later.
So you
Yeah.
cloak,
Right now.
cloaks
No, right now.
adorned.
Yes.
You approach, and
Donut.
even before you get to vocalizing anything, you can see the dwarf kind of looks over and sees the cloaks and goes, "Ha!" His face brightens.
Blessings be upon you, my children.
The dwarf goes, "What is she doing?" All right.
Eat a bag of dicks. Welcome to TravelCon.
All right. So we're at the right place. Okay. It's been a long journey. Got here a little earlier than we expected.
Yes, you did.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Calbest. What's your name?
Is that the Goliath or the dwarf?
No, it's the dwarf.
Calbest.
Calabash?
Kelbest.
Calbest. Well, Calbest, I'm Jester,
Pleasure to meet
High
you.
Priestess of the Traveler.
Maker of fine furniture.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Veth. I am
Second High Priestess.
second apprentice to the High Priest. Yes.
Pleasure to meet you, Calbast, maker of fine furniture. I was traveling along the ship here before we got dropped off with my other travel mates here. He points to the female who's like,
Oh.
this is Celia and her buddy Trudeau. She goes,
Trudeau.
actually, he's my bodyguard.
Is he also a follower of the Traveler?
For the purposes of this, sure.
Great.
Hey, where'd you park your boat? Is it out in the open where people can see it?
Well, no, we were dropped off.
Okay, good.
We were
I mean-
told there was going to be some sort of means of return when the convention was done.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
of course. Does the Traveler ever lie?
Truly inspired.
He does not. Welcome,
Makes him say.
my child.
Well, thank you.
How long have you been a follower of the Traveler?
Myself, about 2.5 years. Could you please tell us where arrangements we made for us to be sleeping comfortably?
Because of your early arrival, your quarters aren't quite ready yet, but
You hear a distant fist fight breaking out on the north side of the village.
there was a square dancing convention
Yes.
here before, and they're
It
just
got,
clearing
you
out.
know,
Isn't there also
It got
the,
a little
the
violent.
purging loop you mentioned? That there's like a spiritual cleansing that you have to partake in before you're ready.
yes. So,
Takes a bit.
yes, you have to cleanse yourself before you can enter the village and find your accommodations.
Oh, well, a bath would be very, very appreciated.
Yes, so make your way back through the woods to the beach where you landed, and walk into the ocean, and, get wet. And then come on back!
Head to toe.
And
In
then,
the ocean, are you serious?
I'm sorry, are you too good for the Traveler?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh, no. Yeah, this is gonna be good. 11.
11. She goes, I'll bathe when I find the proper water. Come. And she looks back. Trudeau, we'll find arrangements.
Have a good time. I hate her.
Yeah, I mean, wow, this is going to be hard.
I mean, am I supposed to, welcome everyone?
think so. You're the organizer. I think you're supposed to be, welcoming.
Jeez, Louise. Well, I got to put up decorations. I got to get up the banners.
I know.
Do y'all need help with that? I'd be happy to help. I mean, I got nothing else doing here, and I'm pretty handy with my hands. By the way, I'm glad you said something. She's been an interesting traveling.
Have you been? Were you on the boat with her?
Yeah,
How is she a follower of the Traveler?
I don't know.
Ugh. When did he come visit you?
Oh, I've only been praying to him for about 6-7 months myself, but
Really?
yeah.
Well, how did you meet?
Well, you see, it
Speed dating.
200 people.
it all began when I was trying to start my business outside of Phelan, and I mainly specialized in plum tree wood is my main form of carving material. And as I opened my first shop, there immediately began to be this sort of, I don't know how else to put it, a racketeering element going on with other competitive carpentry locations in the shops within, and they were trying to push me out. And they nearly did too. And I just got so gosh darn angry one night, and I went ahead and just asked for help. And this one customer comes on in and buys one of my finer pieces, this fine cloaked gentleman in green, and starts talking to me and senses my frustration and says, there's ways to get back at those who are trying to tear you down. And I mean, I wouldn't want vengeance. That's not my kind of way, but a little playful prankery isn't too bad. And you know what? He helped me.
That's right. The Traveler comes to us when we most need him.
So it's been him helping me kind of, how do they say it in the streets? Screw with my competition a little, and
Is that a carpentry joke?
Yeah.
That's good.
So so far it's been so kind. I haven't been really much of a praying sort, but I've been trying real hard, and I always felt kind of on my own. But when he told me that there was going to be a gathering, I knew there were more out there, and I'm just excited to meet all of them, and I'm excited to meet both of you.
That's wonderful.
You're our kind of people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. If you do want to help, I'm sure we can find something for you to do.
Yeah.
I can help you build a better sign.
How's it doing up there?
I can make a better sign.
Okay, I will rely on you to do that.
All right.
No. The Traveler will rely on you to do that.
Him too. Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
I speak for him right now because, we organized all this together. So,
You organized all this?
Okay.
we're super tight.
You said you were the high.
Yeah,
So,
obviously.
well, I'm at your disposal. He bowing his head a little bit. It's like I'll go gather materials for a sign.
Be careful, there's things in the woods. Just, head to the beach and do stuff there.
I'll get him from inside the village.
Okay, also be careful. Guard your things. They don't know what kind of people are here. Okay.
Okay. Grabs his things and kind of hustles off. This, stocky dwarven legs.
Oh, he's so nice.
Sure.
How terrible it would have been if he'd have come here and lost his memory. That would have been so sad.
Of course. Just to... We need to... you need to figure this out pretty quick for the people who are coming.
I really thought we had more time.
But
it's supposed to be 7 more days. I don't even have a watch on. I don't know.
But also, the people of the village of Vaux are at a crucial crossroads right now. They, possibly more so than the people coming here for TravelerCon, need guidance. Need spiritual guidance.
So I should turn them all into followers?
I don't know
think he
about
wants
that,
more.
But I'm just saying, this is a problemtunity for us.
A problemtunity! Holy shit!
Explain.
Make the shirt.
Did you just make that up, or is that some corporate room bullshit?
Never heard of that.
You can...
Oh, my heart.
You can make an event that not only welcomes these people who are coming from far and wide, but also provides clarity and guidance to the people here who need it most. Some of them who've said they want to stay and have a purpose. I'm just saying, if you play this right, you could change a lot of people's lives for the better, and not just by fucking with them and tricking them with the Traveler, but doing something good for them.
And as a sidebar, you are probably wanting to talk to him now that things have changed here on the island.
And let him know. Yeah,
So
well, I know.
yeah.
I need to talk to him. I need to let him know to not bring people here so early. What the fuck? And also, yes, maybe, we can talk some of the followers of him to stay here on the island too, and they can stay with the people that want to stay from the cult, and everybody can live happily. And then the traveler, he won't have to go see a bunch of people. He can just have to worry about visiting one location every once in a while. That's way better.
Sure.
This is going to be good.
Captain.
Oh,
Over and you see approaching from another side of the southern part of the village, you see the crew of your previous, now sunken ship approach, helmed by the fantastic Orly, or the skiffback.
So, based on what I'm seeing, you were successful, right?
Yes,
We
we succeeded. Did Marius kill anyone yet?
Marius,
Yes.
you done kill anyone?
Oh, Lord, no, what? Oh, come on!
Fair enough.
Useless.
We were successful. Although the situation has changed just a tiny bit. All of these people now have no idea what they're going to do next. So the conditions are a bit fluid at the moment.
Is that our problem, Captain?
It's not necessarily our concern, but I would make you aware of a certain cove on the eastern part of the island. There are, and keep this to yourself, a number of ships hidden behind a very powerful waterfall. Maybe just you could set up camp over there. We'll give you a direction, and I'll point it out on the map and say, maybe wait over there for us. It's probably going to be our best bet off the island.
At the mention of a cave of ships, you watch a vitality renewed flush through his face. Orly is a pretty reserved individual when it comes to emotion, and even approaching here, you weren't aware at how kind of low-key he was, but the minute you say ships, this like cracking turtle grin draws across his face, and the one visible eye kind of turns into this excited glance, and he's like,
Well, it would be fine to join you at sea once more, Captain.
That means quite a lot, Orly. We'll go on a shopping run.
Very well.
Might want to do that sooner than later. It could be a
Before,
bit of a free-for-all.
Don't
particularly-
you mind yourself too much. We gonna go and find these ships and get them mighty ready.
There was one that we wanted to...
Eden's Horizon.
Thank you.
9 heroes.
It's the best.
I'll also say that the waterfall is difficult to get around, but there is a tiny
Small
cave.
tunnel.
There's a hole now.
And maybe with your crew and expertise, you could figure out a way to start building a way out of it. Or,
We'll try.
Ooh, that's true.
Yeah,
There
you
is no
gotta
way
figure out how to
out
get
with
the
this
boats
ship.
out.
well, I bet they could figure it out.
We'll try.
A little stone shape if it comes to it, and we'll
Seriously.
control water shot to do it.
It will shoot your ass up like 100
20?
feet in the
Yeah, there
air.
we go.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We shall avoid getting water up our ass. All right.
Yep.
Well, come along, crew. Looks like we got ourselves a cove to locate.
Good to see you,
Don't
Orly.
say it too loud, though.
Keep it to yourself.
he folds the map and sets it aside,
See y'all soon.
and they begin to head off in an eastern direction past the village.
Marius is going to die before we get
Yeah. I'm assuming all of the horrible monsters are still out there,
Yep.
as well as the vines and the bogs. And
I hope he gets eaten by a
we
tree.
warned them all of all those things before they leave.
He's
No, we
going to
don't.
be someone else's.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Okay.
circle of life.
Tell them about the tunnel, probably. It would be a good idea.
Yeah.
not go through.
Have a first kill or be the first kill.
Really,
All right,
it's a
there it is.
miracle that Marius made it off the docks that first day.
That's right.
So,
Fucking Mary.
at this time, Villia is off making arrangements with those that are here to have kind of a communal conversation later in the day. In the meantime, the rest of the day is yours to do what you see fit.
We need to hole up, find a place
Yeah,
to
let's make
barricade
a
in.
base of operations. I would like to throw the dome up inside of a treehouse and take inventory not of every treasure, but figure out what it is that you two are lugging, and rest.
Yeah.
All right.
Look around, see if there's an empty hovel somewhere.
Make an investigation check.
Terra's still out there.
Yeah, cacked.
Yacked.
Yacked.
Right? We didn't see her in the back.
Okay.
Yacked.
18. No, sorry. 17.
17, okay. As you begin walking through, kind of looking for the areas of the most activity, you look for a home that looks like there's nothing going on and is mostly empty for the time being. You eventually find on the far northeastern side of the village, there is a small building. It looks like it's mainly used for storage of firewood, but the door is open and the interior looks pretty much empty, like it's been cleaned out.
Peek my head in, just kind of look around, kind of knock a little bit. Hello.
There's no response. As you glance inside, you can see this was a storage, like a small storage shed. And there's one pile of splintered wood in the corner, and you can see a lot of tracks, like things have been moved out. Things that were either stored here or placed in here have all been removed from the interior, and it's kind of left its own device. It's about, 10 by 13 feet. It's not huge.
Okay. I flagged down the group. Come here, we'll start here for now.
Okay. As you all make your way inside and kind of carefully close the door to make sure you're not being followed, which Caduceus keeping on watch. Not too hard. You feel pretty confident that you're on your own. You find a solid, isolated place here in the village to kind of take a moment and rest. Are you guys taking a short rest? What are you doing?
I'm not going to take a short rest, but I will take the time that other people do to line the doorway with silver thread and cast alarm ritually. And I will take the time to throw up the dome, and I will bring Octopus Frumpkin next to me and pet him for a little bit, and then he can only hold his breath for 30 minutes, so every 29 minutes precisely I will make him vanish and wait a minute and then bring him back.
Is it slowly? Are you torturing him? I mean,
No.
by the end of like those 29 minutes, is he like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god?
That
Maybe
is a
at
good cat.
maybe
You
at like
are a
25
good
minutes
cat.
you should bend him.
25 minutes to okay.
No, it's true. You should listen to Jester on how to take care of a pet animal. And
Oh
not
shit,
torture it.
Sprinkle, how you doing?
How was he in the boiling water?
Yeah.
It was like refreshing, wasn't it?
That's the
He's-
cleanest he's been in weeks,
It's
though.
true, he looks great.
I mean, we all lost like 60 hit points. Is he okay?
Every time I healed, he healed. He's fine.
I can feel
So
nothing.
he also could breathe underwater as when we could?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I bam Frumpkin onto Jester's other shoulder, and Frumpkin just starts to get into a very awkward, creepy hug with the three of them, and Sprinkle included, and just pull them in tight.
Sprinkle bites back.
Oh, it's okay.
Weasel, yeah, it's a weasel.
Roll an attack roll for Sprinkle.
Oh, how? What is he?
Sprinkle's eyes boiled while he was underwater. So
Roll and add 3.
he's a little cagey.
14.
14. What's the octopus's armor class?
Let me see. It
Just
is
snuggle.
12.
Oh, what
right.
does Sprinkle attack with? Bite.
See how many hit points he has.
With a singular...
Oh, 2.
go ahead and roll a d4.
3.
Sprinkle, like... and when he gets too close, goes... And just like full on cartoon... like tears around Frumpkin until... Frumpkin vanishes and then is left on the edge of Jester's shoulder.
Oh no, he's excitable. It's okay, Sprinkle.
Yeah, that tracks with the day. Wander further in and start to cast the
I'm so sorry, Kayla.
It's all right. I like him better with fur tomorrow. and
Sprinkle's
tomorrow.
killed more people than Marius.
Oh my god.
Drop that shit in the dome once I get it up. Thank you.
right.
Please and thank
Right.
you.
Drop the shit. And
you
I definitely take a short rest.
All right. As you guys settle up within the dome and prepare yourselves for the short rest in a safe environment, we're gonna take a break. We'll return to go over the spoils and what the next length of this journey entails shortly. So we'll get back here from our break very soon. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Got the perfect warlock, weapons and supplies, but you need a place to track your stuff, cause you're so disorganized. You click open the webpage, you heard about a critical role, and now you're ready to kick some butt in a mine shaft full of no's. It's TNT, TNT, TNT Beyond.
host Laura Bailey here. Let's see what's up in the Critical Role shop.
Ooh, look at this. Look at the details. Ooh.
You're only like 5 clicks away from owning this, maybe more if you have a lot of windows open on your browser. I don't know your life. It's so cute. I can't handle it. All this and more, now available in the Critical Role shop.
I'm a fan of hot air balloon rides above the Venetian countryside. I'm a fan of Momlin. She's always got my back. I'm a fan of wine older than Taliesin. I'm a fan of Twitch subscriptions. I'm a fan of emotes by Arsqueef. They're neat. I'm a fan of a wife so cool.
People forget I exist. Exist.
I'm a fan of wearing your skin as a mask.
and welcome back. So, as we left off, Mighty Nine, you've just situated yourself in the remnants of the village of Vaux in the middle of its own chaos, trying to figure out what it is and where its, denizens will be going soon. What would you like to do?
I would like to identify some shields.
Okay.
And count up some of
Oh, and
this.
short
See what
rest.
kind of jewels we found. I want to look for diamonds in the hoard of stuff.
Okay.
I guess we can just
with the
bag of holding and go diamond, diamond,
Yeah,
diamond,
I'll
diamond.
drop off the bag. If everyone's going to participate in that, I'll just keep an eye out the doorway. Just because some people may be renewed shitheads, and I don't know who's going to be
I
watching.
want to
us
start finding
closely.
personal effects in the bag.
Even with the
Don't
threat
really,
and stuff.
the things that are obviously belong to somebody, if that makes sense. Seeing if there's anything like that. Maybe not.
Oh,
Not
like
necessarily
with-
things of value, but strange.
Identifying marks or features and stuff?
Yeah.
Initials and shit.
Diaries or
What were those initials again?
or
You don't find any diaries. You find all sorts of rings. You find necklaces. You find
wedding bands?
jewel boxes. You find all sorts of things that a person would keep, precious jewelry, gems, and money in when they're traveling. Nothing that has any specific, personal markings at all. But you do find all sorts of interesting keepsakes and such.
I'm just taking a mental image of anything.
Okay. You have those sculptures that you guys had pulled in there.
Anything that looks of religious significance of the marble and ivory sculptures?
You do see one appears to be an interpretation of Avandra.
Okay.
Which is the goddess of adventure and freedom in the open road. And there is one that is an ivory relief that resembles that of Pelor. The others appear to be art. They are sculptures of people, of creatures. Some of just simple wood but polished well. Some that appear to be nice marble with very minor cracks here and there, or chipped elements, kind of a little older. It's kind of an array of different things, from what you guys grabbed. And you didn't grab everything, but you grabbed as much as you could with the time you had. Do you want the gems you were saying? Okay. You find 3 diamonds worth 100 gold, 500 gold, and 700 gold.
Whoa.
That's a big deal.
There is a sizable emerald worth 250 gold.
Was that the green one that Villia was talking about?
Seems to be.
Okay.
There is a polished circular jet stone worth 175 gold.
Museum.
And miscellaneous gems and stones that together are worth 2,350 gold.
I'll just say bag o' gems.
Bag o' gems.
We've been broke for so long.
It's my second bag o' gems.
Scrooge McDuck money pit.
The sculptures and art pieces and various odds and ends that you find, which are gold-plated platters and jugs and things for table settings and decor. All those together, their worth is anywhere from 10 gold to 50 gold. All of them together are worth 615 gold pieces if you were to sell them at the highest price you could possibly sell them for at a place that's looking to buy them. And that would, of course, as the resale of something, things like that depends on where you go to.
Okay.
And for the sake of just keeping all the information out there, the coinage that you managed to acquire, if anyone wants to keep track of this.
Are you keeping track of this, Laura?
I'm writing it all down.
651 copper pieces.
Well,
What?
Copper.
What did you say? 651 what?
Copper
pieces.
5,661 silver pieces.
5,661.
Yep.
Ignore.
20,144 gold pieces.
20,000, how many?
20,144 gold pieces.
That's a lot of paper.
I'm so happy.
And 1,305 platinum pieces.
No fucking way.
1,300 what?
Platinum.
It's a treasure trove, you guys. This is many, many
I'm
years
so glad
of
we didn't
collecting.
leave him in the astral
Me
fucking sea.
too.
Wait, 1,300 and what?
305 platinum.
305 platinum. I'll do the math
Platinum.
on dividing it all up.
But
Damn,
that's the
son.
coinage. And the 4
Yes.
objects that
Oh, yeah.
Beauregard managed to.
Wow.
Which Caleb is identifying.
Yeah, I'm in a
They're all out on
dragging
the floor.
time out. I will make a cat, and I will identify all 4.
Make a cat.
Okay. I cannot reach you with these particular
Make a poop.
things,
Take a picture and text it.
but I can do that, actually.
Good idea.
Caleb, I got this amulet. It's yours. It's your amulet. I found it.
Oh.
Take it. Here, I'll hand it to you.
It's so tall.
There you go.
I'm sitting on the ground. Thank you.
Beth, did you find my drugs?
I found drugs, but we were in the water.
Yeah.
So they are soaked in water. So, they just look like wet drugs.
You can totally, there's a drying
Technically
process.
boiled into tea, actually.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
totally still usable.
It
Yeah.
really, once you boil it into tea, I don't think
It's in this bag that said drugs on it.
I don't know if those are my drugs, but I'll take them.
Yeah.
Thank you. Are they my drugs?
I DM, did I find her drugs or other drugs?
No, you found her drug.
Okay, good.
I have to rotate all these.
The bag was
questions, so
not
pardon me.
Bo's drugs.
That's how
Bo's
so the
drugs.
cops won't.
Do not arrest.
Yeah.
Do not seize for as evidence.
Yes, I found my flask. I did, but honestly, I haven't really had an appetite for whiskey lately. It's kind of gross. I prefer
Whiskey?
I disagree.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Whiskey.
Do you like whiskey?
Yes, I do.
Would you like my flask?
I think I'm okay.
All right.
I think I'm okay. But it's nice to have around just in, nice.
Veth, that's an incredible gesture. You were going to give away your flask?
Well, yeah. It's gross. It tastes like. Yeah.
I'll take it. Are you giving away to like anybody who wants it? Is it like dibsies? Dibsies.
You can have it. Yeah. I was also yes. You may have it. It's it's a little. It'll look a little littler on you than me.
Did you just give Bo an endless flask of alcohol?
What's wrong with that? I also gave her wet drugs.
Yep, not a problem.
This is the best score.
I feel like we are putting stats in the wrong column.
However, if we get to a place with a mage who can change its enchantment to something a little bit lighter, like a sherry or a peach schnapps,
oh sure,
I might take it back.
Like a Smirnoff Ice?
Yeah, or Zima.
Zima. I was really hoping for some Zima.
You can't like it's always whiskey.
It's always. I chose it when we made it. It's pretty.
Just
it's
whiskey.
You could hide it, and then
100
if you
proof whiskey.
find it, you get iced, and then you have to chug it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that?
You have to take a knee.
Oh, yeah.
But take it for now, and if
Every
we can rechant it,
Deal.
I think that's what they say.
Maybe if we ever go back to Comorta, we can, find one of the vintages there. Maybe you can get like a
rosé.
Yeah, absolutely.
A nice light rosé would be
some
nice.
good rosés
You could have
out there.
infinite
Yeah.
Lionette wine.
Yeah, the Lionette flask. It'd be great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No reason to ever go
Yeah.
home again.
I did text
Yeah.
you the.
I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
thank you.
What do we get?
Well, one thing is very clear. These, I think these were in a case initially, are dwarven bolts.
Boats?
Bolts.
Bolts.
Bolts for a crossbow.
Like crossbow bolts?
Correct. I'm going to text them to you. They're a little unpredictable. They
favorite
can
kind.
react in a variety of ways upon striking their target. For anywhere from freezing the air to bringing death to someone to exploding into shrapnel. And I think I'm just going to hand these to you now because it doesn't make sense to give them to anyone else.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
Then we have some boots, a staff, and a coat. The boots can cause you to fly. They make you harder to hit, and they crackle with electricity when a hostile creature comes within range of you.
The boots do?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can fly always, or just a little?
One time. It seems like.
Correct.
Yeah.
For one,
So in a
one
pinch, you can get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay.
or into Dodge,
Mm-hmm.
and everything you go by as you travel through Dodge takes damage.
Oh, wow.
There is a staff, a quarter staff that is quite powerful to strike someone with, but also you can wield it in an arc and send a wave of energy towards a creature within range of you.
I'm listening.
And then this coat, which is a very fine Concordian nobleman coat, and it would be useful for me, for anyone really, to make them a little more impervious to damage, and can sort of magically shift to help protect you from different kinds of attacks and damage. So, 3 very rare objects.
Do they all require attunement?
I'm assuming.
The boots do not.
Ooh.
The staff and the coat.
Do the boots come with a speed bonus at all?
No, it is just one moment or twice, because they can be restored after a long rest. You can use them to fly very fast to get away, and it's hard for people to hit you as you zoom by, and they will get fucked up if they try it.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to process.
Do they only work twice ever, or just twice a day?
A day.
All right.
After a long rest or a short rest?
Long.
So once a day?
Twice, then a long rest.
No.
Once per long rest? Ah, yeah.
Oh.
So once a day?
Once a day.
Yes, correct.
How, Matthew, how many of these bolts are there? 3.
And then they're gone?
But this is a very powerful bow staff bow.
It's incredibly attractive. Very sexy stuff.
Caduceus, what's your melee weapon of choice?
I mean, it's not really of choice. I'd rather not use anything at all, but I have a staff. It's not bad.
Okay.
I'm not very good with it.
I was trying to recall the last time I saw you crack someone.
I try and stay away from any. If someone's close enough to crack me, I don't necessarily know if that's a good thing, so I try and avoid that.
You probably messed up by that point.
I usually have a couple things that can keep people away. You know.
I have some divisions of coin here, depending on how you guys want to play it. I kept a little bit off to the side for Vilya.
Sure, yes, of course.
Should she get an equal amount? Or should she get, like, some?
Of money?
She was with us. She should.
Well, I think
all. I mean, as much as we do.
Yeah.
At least. Yeah.
Are we dividing it up between ourselves and Vilya, or are we also setting some aside for the village? Not that I even know how to begin to do that.
Yeah.
How many villagers are there?
A little over 100.
Well.
I mean, there's certainly enough gold to go around.
It is.
We could also make another trip in tomorrow and see if we can get more gold for the rest of the people here.
Maybe we divide what we have here that no one else is aware of, and then we give the rest that we find in the cave to the village tomorrow.
Should we make Vilya have an even share of our stuff today?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna need to do some math again.
DM, out of curiosity, would this coat play with the elven chain? Or no?
It plays over any light armor.
Okay.
That staff
I
is
think the
dope.
elven chain says medium in equipment.
Staff is dope.
Has +2 to attack and damage rolls. What is it?
That's a +2.
To attack and damage
I
rolls.
heard. That's big.
And then some other stuff.
So one other, okay.
And it's called the Belabor, which is just so appropriate for Bo.
The belabor?
Belabor?
Belabor.
Like belabor the point?
Yep, that's the one. Same Belabor.
How else is that word used?
I don't know.
I don't want to belabor your sandwich.
I don't want to belabor your face with the staff.
Everybody gets 81 copper. Bleep, 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 bleep.
Oh, 81, yeah. Right.
707 silver.
707.
707.
707.
Jesus.
2518 gold.
Wow.
And 163 platinum.
Unless we give away a lot of this tonight.
Well, Vilya gets an equal share of all those things.
Sure.
And she can choose to do what she wants with it.
And, you know, all that stuff is still in the cave. People can go get other stuff. Or we can share all of this stuff if that's what you guys want to do.
I think it'll just depend on how much is actually left there. A fair amount, yes? We were leaving in such a hurry. But did we do a really good job of being hoovers and like... We'll find out.
DM, do we know how much we might have maybe left behind in the time?
The only two that were hanging back long enough to know would be Veth and Yasha. And you guys scooped the majority. I'd say about, we'll say 4/5 of it.
Okay.
Probably gonna have to be some redistribution plans. Just so we don't feel like huge festering assholes.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want me to not add these things to ours, or can everybody give what they want?
When it comes time, we'll figure out what's appropriate and we can all go in.
I'll set aside my share, but I won't add it to my previous pot yet, I guess.
I've already added mine, but I have a list.
Okay.
I'll make a little bag for Vilya so she can have the share that we divided up for her.
Okay. Probably be a big bag because it's a lot of coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. While all this is going on, has anyone followed us here, looking at us, keeping an eye as they walk by, anything like that?
I mean, we have the door shut.
You guys are inside with the door shut in the shed, but you can go ahead and peer through.
I said I was standing at the door to see
Oh.
if somebody was going to try and.
Right. Let's go make a perception check then.
17.
That's the first
What a
time
weird-
I've
Is that a
heard.
paddy wagon?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I was like, what
I've
room is
never
that?
heard that.
Pierce this room.
There's a retro fire engine.
It was like a crank.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
Those old.
It's a clown.
Wow.
Clown car.
So, looking around, nobody is specifically approaching, but you do see, not terribly far away, towards the base of one of the larger trees that contains many elements of the kind of upper reaches of tree-based abodes and the bridges that connect. You see a small group of individuals being led by Terra, who have quite a number of sacks full, weapons at the ready, and they're all looking like they're kind of keeping out of sight. And then Terra kind of glances over and makes eye contact with you and goes like,
How long to get that dome up?
Well, it was the first thing I did, so.
Oh, good, it's up.
as Terra has your attention, she goes ahead and goes,
Anyone want to go for a stroll? I spotted Terra, and apparently she wants to talk.
Sure.
We don't all have to go.
I'll
Do
stay
you-
here. And
Yeah, I'll come with.
Do you
I imagine
want
this division stuff is going to take a while. So.
Yeah.
I would prefer to talk first.
Then I'll stay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Very good foresight, Bo. I
Yes.
appreciate that.
I'll watch from a distance.
From a distance.
I'll come
From
with.
a distance.
Yasha and I will
Just
try your
take a
drugs.
stroll.
Okay.
Oh, you two? Or you want
If you hear terrible, terrible screaming, we're
I'm coming
okay.
along. All right, I want to see this.
The three of you? Okay.
Yeah.
What was the distance to Terra? Like 50 yards, 100 yards?
About 40 yards.
We'll make our way over.
As you guys make your way over, you can see there's kind of an open doorway that her and her crew are kind of leaning next to, and they kind of head inside the building, and Tara heads inside as well.
Oh. Inside. Even better.
Yeah.
Any reservations?
No.
That's all I needed to hear. Is the door open?
It is.
Standing outside, how many can we see inside?
You see 4 individuals.
I'll knock on the door frame. Could you make room for 2 more?
Caduceus came with you too.
3 more?
I think we can do that.
We'll slide in. Door open, door shut.
Go ahead and close it.
Yasha closes the door.
So, I imagine much like us, you don't have much business to remain in this space, right?
Not a lot. More, actually, perhaps a fair bit more. We did come here for a different reason, and, that event is forthcoming. Perhaps we should actually start off on a different foot. I think you know all of our names, but I'm not entirely sure that we really know yours.
They kind of look at each other. You can call me Kotho. That's all you need.
Excellent.
Make a history check.
Whoa. You said Kotho?
Kotho.
Pirate queen.
Kotho? Oh, I hope so.
14.
14. You have heard the name before. You don't have a lot of detail, but there are some figures in the Menagerie Coast that build a reputation. Some because they have some sort of massive criminal enterprise, because there are rumors of, elements of makeshift nobility that have risen up or caused some sort of intrigue. Kotho, however, is one of a handful of well-known bounty hunters across the Menagerie Coast. Particularly one that they say one day just quit the game and left about 10 years ago and hasn't been heard from since.
10 years. Right. Kotho.
I see the look of recognition in your eyes.
I hope you'll take it as flattery that your name, even all this time later, still carries great weight from the Menagerie Coast.
Certainly. You all came in a ship, right?
We did, however, we were trying to throw off the scent of a one dragon turtle. We seem to have pissed it off, and since we've been here, it is no longer afloat.
Shit!
It is discouraging, I know. The other 3 that are with Kotho, any recognition of their faces, anything that rings any bells? Nothing?
Not particularly. You see one younger, kind of scrawny-looking elven gentleman. You see a halfling female, a little older, muscular, big upper arms. And the last one you can see has... they look human, but there's something about them that seems different. The features seem to almost shift at certain points of light that catch them. Like there's a pearlescence from certain angles that you have to kind of catch yourself on.
If you've been here for 10 years, in speaking with Vilya, she said she'd been here closer to 20 to 25. Have you found out who the first members of this village were?
I haven't. Don't really care.
I take it from your urgency that it is quite important for you to get off this island?
As soon as possible. Do you have a way of doing so?
Perhaps. We may be able to assist each other. In a matter of days, there will be a fair number of people traveling to this island. Some may be capable, others perhaps not so much. If your reputation is as I remember, you seem to be the type that might be able to play that to your advantage. As they arrive, and they will, well, I'll leave it to your imagination as to what your options might be.
Fair enough.
In the meantime, we don't really know these people. I'm assuming that you don't either. But if you would, keep an ear out. And as those arrivals start to filter in, we'll make sure that you find your way to a possibility.
I appreciate that.
Well, if we can be of any more assistance...
The door is already...
Okay. Have a great evening. Shall we?
Yeah.
Right.
So you all walk out, you can see the four of them are still kind of holding that distant scowl, that kind of intense, at the ready sense. You're very familiar with it.
I'll pause. Turn around. Step back through. One last question. Before you went, missing, who were you looking for?
What's it to you? What's it to you?
I call it a matter of curiosity. Wouldn't it be strange if they were, I don't know, here?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh my god, yes, come
19.
Yeah. I was looking for someone who stole something very important to an employer of mine at the time.
Any idea what they stole?
It was a weapon.
I take it you didn't find it.
No. They evaded us for a while, and then they disappeared as well. But they're not on this island. I've spent the past few hours trying to see if perhaps we had ever crossed paths here, but no.
An employee from the Menagerie Coast.
Indeed.
Thank you. Hopefully your time here will not be too much longer. Evening. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I'll get back and fill everyone in on who Kotho is, the kind of reputation that she has, and just the general demeanor of her group. Also, there were two in her group that seemed to have a strange... Did you see the...
Yeah, they were kind of shiny.
Yeah.
Or like
they were shiny people.
How? What do you mean?
It was odd. You know, sometimes when you see fish in a certain light...
Yeah.
Like iridescent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or pearlescent, like a pearl
Pearlescent.
almost.
Their skin?
Does that sound
Seemed like
familiar?
It's like this. Like this.
What are you doing?
What is that?
That's just
Pointing-
clothes. You just,
My,
you-
yeah, like that.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
clothes.
the gossamer.
Like
I
that.
totally remember.
David
I would
Bowie
say-
sleeves.
I would say just because of your nature, Yasha, you gather there probably was a hint of celestial in their bloodline.
How many people were with Kotho?
3.
And they're bounty hunters, or they work for Kotho.
She was, and I assume that they were with her, or at least are now.
And
Not
even
to say.
though they were given this bounty hunting mission 10 years ago, they wouldn't reveal any details.
No, they did say had been searching for someone that stole a weapon from an employer along the Menagerie Coast.
No, it couldn't possibly be.
What?
What?
could it be?
Oh, Twig. Wouldn't it be funny if it was the Happy Fun Ball? But that couldn't have been. That was 10 years.
Well, a lot can happen.
But I feel like Twiggy was sooner.
And the Happy Fun Ball, would you
Isn't it a
describe it as a
weapon?
weapon?
Could
An
be.
artifact. But that's a weapon, and I point to the bow staff on the ground that Caleb is identifying.
Oh, yeah.
What, that stick?
Yeah, it's super fucking magical. At least that's what Caleb said.
The stick is?
That's that bow staff.
I
that
doubt it.
I definitely.
It's got runes on it. It looks magical.
It's all gold and silver. Look at it. It's a sexy looking
You
staff.
should definitely use
Why
a
don't,
bow.
why don't
I
you
am-
poke forward with it and see what happens?
Yeah, poke me with your stick.
Really?
Sure.
Wait.
Oh, it's all right. I've got
No, no.
medium armor. I'm sure this will be real bad.
And I spend a charge.
Okay.
Or at least I think I do.
Okay.
Oh no.
I swing it real hard.
Ford.
Yes.
If I could have you to, can you roll a strength saving throw for me?
Are you sure you don't want a different category?
She's standing about 30 feet away from you when she does this, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
Anyone standing next to Ford?
That is a 9.
Go ahead and roll 3d8 if you don't mind.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a very
38. 16.
So you watch as Bo kind of like takes a few steps back, and you're confused for a second why she's stepping away from you. Just this one swing, and you watch as the wind seems to like gather, and then this wave of pure crackling force energy just whoosh, like a giant sickle, just carves through the air 30 feet out towards you and impacts, knocks the wind out of you and pushes you 15 feet back.
Right out of the dome.
Whoosh. Yeah. I start making all the sounds that woman did when she fell out of the grape crushing pit.
All this dust kicks up around it, and eventually settles, and you have
Settle. That was.
I love
wow.
Big stick.
I love
Big
you
stick hurt me.
so much. I just hold it and I just pet it. I'm never letting you go.
Oh, how many times can you do that a day?
My senses tell me roughly 4.
I'm glad I could. Oh, so 13 points of damage?
Of force damage, yes.
Got it. Cool.
Then on top of the +2 and the +2?
Yeah, that's a side thing aside from the +2/+2.
Jester, can you help me out, please?
Oh, I don't have very many spells left. Let me see.
Oh, Caduceus, do you have any?
Oh, I can healing word you.
I can do something. Yeah.
Just in case we're ambushed.
Let's see what I got. I got something.
10 points of healing.
Thank you.
And I'll give you another 10 points as well.
You are beautiful people.
Not. Did you find Skin Gorger?
Oh, yes. I've been holding it in my pocket. I'm 3 feet tall. And I've been carrying your 6-foot-long sword just back here.
Video game pocket. Yeah.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
Da, 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 da.
I didn't see it before, but it was there.
That awkward anime hero character who's wielding a sword 4 times their size.
Yeah.
When you walk in the door, it's like a ladder at the door.
Wrist of 400 tensile strength.
Yep.
Yes.
It's going to be a weird thought, but I think Vess should get the boots.
The boots?
Yeah. I think you're the one who needs to get away from stuff if things get too close.
Either, yeah, or one of the spellcasters. One of the clerics.
I was thinking, unless anyone wants them, I am still the weakest link in the group in some senses, so it'd be helpful to get back.
So you want the boots and
Taking
the
the
coat?
boots.
I do not want the coat.
Oh.
Not really my style.
Does anyone else want this awesome bow staff?
I think
Will
it
either of
definitely
you
would go well with Ford.
Anyone? Yeah, I just don't know who else is proficient in a bow staff.
I think
got your name
it's
on
good
it,
for
Bo.
you.
Okay.
I think that's made for you.
Okay.
Do you want the
It's only
coat,
light
Jester?
armor, right?
I don't think I can wear the coat because it has to go over light
Light
armor. I don't wear light armor.
Who wears light armor?
I do.
I can go over medium armor.
You can go over medium?
It can go over medium armor.
Oh.
Wait, you can? It says.
That's what it says. No?
No, it says light armor.
Let's go. Oh no, my armor is medium. I got thing reversed.
Who has
So-
or no armor?
So
I have light.
Veth can wear
has
the.
light.
Too, but
Oh.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Yasha in a.
In a coat?
Yeah. In like a nobleman's
Yeah, it's
coat.
a
That's actually
nobleman's
kind of
It's actually
cool.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
Maybe we can cut some holes in the back of it so your wings can pop through it.
Those are awesome. Oh, geez.
Lafayette.
Boots are dope.
Actually, that would, and especially since you're.
I mean,
Yeah.
What's your AC?
Let me give this a look.
Do you have? It's an attuned thing, yes.
The coat is, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And you're
Yeah.
kind of down, you know. Make
There's
you
a
harder
plus
to
one
hit.
bonus to AC, which would make me 18. But
I think your armor might be medium.
my armor, oh, because I have the breastplate.
The breastplate.
Oh.
You still have that. Did you ever pick up remember the bracers of defense?
Don't think
We never got those.
No, we never went back. No. Or did you get them, but you have them, but you
think
didn't
we
equip
have
them?
I
have
was like, I'm pretty sure you have those.
You do
Oh
have
my
So you
gosh.
switched that
You've
out.
had them all this time.
But she can't use them.
Why?
But she can use them, but she can't use them with the breastplate.
Oh.
But you could use the.
So you could
ditch
take
the
off the breastplate, put on your
wear
light
the
armor,
coat
wear the
and the
bracers, and
bracer.
wear the coat.
Oh wow.
Well, would that increase her AC or just keep it the same?
Well, even if it kept it the same, then she would have the bonus of the coat.
Abilities.
But I don't know what
what
the
is the
bonus of the
coat?
I don't know what the bonus
He
of the
dropped it in the
breastplate is.
thread.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
As a
resistance
reaction,
to
you
damage,
can
though.
gain resistance to damage from a triggering attack.
It's also an excellent bargaining tool for later. It's rare, I would assume.
Wondrous, even.
Wondrous. Well,
Wow, that means magic
Whenever you were-
damage you would be able to have resistance to on
You can
occasion.
use your reaction to gain resistance.
Could
to
that
the
work
damage
against
from
anything.
being attacked.
being mind
Controlled?
controlled,
No.
things like that.
No.
Well, but psychic damage, right?
damage.
If you get it.
Yeah, but like
all the
mind
damages
controlled,
can get
not
Not
so much.
status effect, but damages.
Let's
necrotic.
put a pin in it. Let me
Yeah.
think about it, because I do.
So
love
it's
this
either
breastplate.
Veth or Yasha should have the coat.
Yeah,
You
I mean, you
have
should probably
dibs.
get the boots.
I do love the breastplate though.
Oh.
Let's think about it. I'm gonna think about this.
You can think on it. There's no rush
Yeah.
for it now. But you do take a short rest, if you guys
Yay.
would like to expend your hit dice to heal up a bit.
Okay.
If you'd like to. If you have anything else you want to do in the time being, otherwise we can go into the evening as the village begins to gather.
Was there any jade or pearls in the bag or gems?
Oh, let me look. Oh, hold on. I
There's-
have a good prop.
There you go. Good job. Yeah, there's a number of pearls there, maybe about,
Yeah, there's some pearls
about
in here.
230 gold worth of pearls.
Okay.
Do you want them?
Yeah, I will.
Is there any jade?
There's a little bit of jade, about 80 gold worth.
There's like 80 gold worth.
Any
of jade.
I
diamond.
can use all of that to great effect if you can spare
I
it.
think just the three, right?
The three diamonds.
Or are there any smaller diamonds in the bag or
All
no?
right, 3 pearls.
No, just those
Okay.
the three that she
Just the
pulled.
three.
80,
3 more
80
jade.
gold worth of jade and
Okay.
how much pearls worth of
300, I think you said?
Did you say?
It was 200,
200.
and
30?
it was 230.
All right.
Okay.
We'll go with that, even if it was 230.
We're rich. We can buy anything we want.
Certainly feels that way.
Feels good.
Yeah.
We've been poor for so long.
Well, have
I,
we?
s- I spent all my money on these fucking bracers, so
Oh.
I've been very poor for a very long time.
I've had literally thousands of gold.
Wow, that's I don't brag about that.
I have not.
Sorry.
Hey, DM, remind us who gave us the map to Rumblecast? Actually.
I don't think there was an actual.
There wasn't a physical map.
You
I was
described it
just
to you.
giving it to you so you have a visual aid.
Gotcha. There are these clearings, and I don't know. There are clearings on the island, like the one that was the tower was in, but could just be topography.
We'll say those were creative light licensed by the cartographer.
Fair enough. I'm reading into everything.
I know.
Okay.
Well, it's nighttime, I guess. We're gonna go to this gathering.
I mean, did Vilya call the gathering together? Gosh.
I think she did.
She went out to begin to do so.
Okay.
Do we have anything that we want to influence the villagers to do or not do? We're just going to let them say their piece, and the ones who want to leave will help them with boats, or no, we're not going to offer our boats?
I wouldn't inform them. I would control the flow of information, first of all. And second, I would encourage them to keep sort of the same status that they had before. That was working. Until we figure out how many people are coming in, who wants to leave, and where they want to go, we should try and remain like the same homeostasis as before this. I think then it's going to be up to Vilya to figure out how many people she can take to where and how often.
It's also going to be this is an important thought. I don't think anyone should do anything rash. Take a couple days, figure out what they want.
I know they'll be urgent to go, families and other things waiting, but we also don't want anything to happen to Vilya. She is pretty valuable.
Can't we teleport people as well?
Only us.
We've been there before.
If there is a circle that we have used, I'm familiar with.
So if it
comes in the Empire, or
I can take us to Rosona. I can take us to Nicodranas. I can take us to Zadash.
Can you send people without leaving?
And the port, yeah. That's good.
Can you send people without leaving?
Yeah, although they might have some explaining to do when they arrive.
Oh, we
yes, they would.
Alert people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily have to say anything, but we can say that we will help people get to where they need to go.
It would be nice if we could give everybody like a little bit of gold on the way through so that, you know.
Like a trick-or-treat basket as they're walking by.
Yeah, here's your gift bags.
Gift bag. Everyone loves a gift bag.
Hope you enjoyed your time on Vel.
Just take one, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
so much was destroyed under the volcano, but we were able to salvage this.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, a bag of 50 gold can go a long way.
Sure. As for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't put my coin in yet, just in case. So.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay.
An eventful day or 3. How many days has it been?
3, I think.
It's been about 3, a little over 3 days, yeah.
Fuck.
A lot can happen.
Yeah. I'm exhausted.
The dome and shifts?
Well, no, there's a gathering first before bed.
Oh, it's tonight.
Yeah. You're still like midday at this point. So I'm saying like.
What do you go to sleep for? It's 1 in the afternoon.
I'm gonna take a power nap.
I mean, you guys did wake up at the crack of dawn to
Yeah,
go fight Vokodo, so like your day shifted a little bit earlier than
I'm a little
you used to.
hyperglycemic. I need to get some fruit and
We just ate lunch.
that post-lunch crash.
Yeah, I might take a walk around while this is. I feel like being cooped up I want to get a sense of things.
Be careful, Caduceus.
Okay.
If anyone wants to come or otherwise.
I'll come with you.
All right.
Okay. So, and
2 clerics, it never goes wrong.
Yeah. So
Never has before.
No.
As the time begins to grow closer to the end of the day, you can see people are now preparing. They're bringing all the seating arrangements and kind of familiar things you saw brought to that one social evening with the bonfire. The fire is being constructed, but it's going to be smaller, and there's less people helping. But it looks like it is happening. You can see Vilya has been doing the rounds of trying to convince and gather as many people as she can. What is it you guys are looking to do while you're out and about?
What do you want to do?
Just trying to get a sense of if there's anybody who's nervous, if there's anybody, how people are sitting, if they're starting to come out of their initial panic, if there's anyone who looks dangerous.
Okay.
Or worried.
Many people look worried. Most people look worried.
Yeah. There's worried and then there's worried, though.
There is. It seemed, I would say a majority of the people are just shaken and trying to piece together what their future looks like from 2 different lives that have collided, depending on how long they've been here. Some people shorter than others, some people longer, some people their whole life.
I'm going to help set up a bit then.
You know.
I would.
And imagine for the people that have been here their whole life, the majority of their community is uprooting. So this is a very traumatic event for some people here as well. But you do notice as people are beginning to gather as well, Enola, the older woman who cooked with you the night before, you can see has already kind of stepped into kind of a matronly role and has begun to talk with and begin to have kind of a small forum of villagers to discuss through kind of their processes. So like there are pockets you can see where the community is still a community and people are starting to rise to the occasion of a fractured whole. And that does give you a sense of hope. There are some that are not engaging at all, and there are people that are just packing up their things. You're not sure what they plan to do. Upon asking around a little bit, you do hear people talking about that Vilya has mentioned that there are ways to escape, and there are people that are eager to get off immediately. There are people that are kind of waiting to see how it plays out. But there's a mixture of how do we hold on to what we had, and how do I get as far away from this as possible, and everything in between. As far as dangerous, I mean, it's hard to tell. In the middle of this energy, there are some people that you can't tell if they're afraid or predatory. What you do know, and it does give you some semblance of comfort, is nobody here has wealth. So, lest there is a personal reason to harm another that you're unaware of, there's not much to be gained by stealing from or, abusing the trust of others that you are aware of. So there are shady individuals, of course, and the best you can read, and you can read pretty well, there's no immediate threat of danger at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna just help set up a bit, just listen to people, try and get a sense of what their plans are, what they're thinking, and just help cook, help.
I'm going to look for the family that moved out of the hut that first day that we came in.
Yes, Doran.
Yeah, do I see them?
You do. You see him and his wife and their children. And Doran, they're in the process of kind of helping set up the bonfire and arranging the various stumps and seats. As he approaches, hello there.
Hi.
So you all helped Vilya destroy Vo, who apparently was not a god.
Not a god. Crazy,
That's crazy.
huh?
Gods are not being gods, and things
What a
pretending
weird
to be something they're not. That's crazy.
Concept.
What's wild?
How are you guys?
Me and Alana here, we met a long time ago here, and we had different lives back home. She's from Marquette. I myself didn't have the best of relationship waiting for me back in Wildmount, but I think we're going to stay.
Oh, that's nice.
I think we're going to stay.
What's your real name?
Barracks.
Barracks. Does your last name begin with a V?
It does.
I had a feeling.
Barracks Valen. How do you know this?
Do I have the watch?
Either you or I do.
One
of us was.
Because I had been going around asking everyone.
I know. Yeah. We'll just say you do.
We'll say you do.
We didn't put it back. I know we didn't put it back.
We found this.
Big Mandarin.
He looks at it. Kind of opens it and looks at it wistfully. Looks at his wife. Closes it and goes, "You can keep it. It's a reminder of a life that I don't think is mine anymore. But thank you. I appreciate the offer."
I'm happy you guys have each other in this.
Me too. Me too. This is complicated, but... Well, and he kind of puts his arms up. It's a beautiful place to live.
It is. It is. How would you guys feel if, a whole bunch of visitors came?
Right. Vilya was mentioning something about that, right? You had a bunch of folks coming in for a bit for some sort of meeting?
Yeah. Yeah. A meeting.
Well, we're happy to help, best we can. You can vouch for these?
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know them personally, but oh my gosh, you know what would be really fun?
What?
What if, you and whoever else decided to stay here, could turn this place into a really awesome resort or something?
Yeah. There's this slow moment where him and his wife's eyes meet and the kids go, "What's a resort?" It's we'll talk later. How do we do that?
I mean, we just work on making the rooms look a little fancier, Anybody that ends up leaving, we can turn into a hotel room or something.
Okay, yeah, we could probably do something like that, right? It's
Glamping.
I think so.
There's even a hot spring.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much time do we have?
Under a
People will be getting here probably within the next few days, The bulk of people in 7 days will probably have some stragglers. A few people actually showed up today.
They both kind of look a nervous looking. They both go, "All right, well, you know what? We'll do what we can. And we could probably get a few other folks who are staying back to help.
Yeah.
We'll get this place turned around."
This is exciting.
Sure.
I'll help.
Wonderful. Then
Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow. It's a long day today, but
Right. Tensions are still a bit high. And
Yeah, we'll wait to sort it all out.
Right. But yeah. Come find us and we'll have it to help.
Awesome.
All right. Any other business?
Airbnb.
Oh man.
Stupid.
No, I'm pretty good.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. I have a bit of business when the clerics are done.
Yeah. I guess then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would say in that time that has elapsed, who all's in the dome? Is everyone else is in the dome?
Yeah, no one else has left yet.
Stayed, yeah.
No, I have to stay. Well, I don't make a big to-do. I just I take the time to make Frumpkin and look at. No one's paying attention to me at a certain point. I just look around at them all and look at the walls of the dome. And I bring Frumpkin over. Come, sit here. And I grab a chunk of wood that I picked up on the way in and set it on the ground. And take out that wand again. Look at the wood. Look at the wand. Look at Frumpkin. And study Frumpkin. And keeping my eyes on Frumpkin, begin to wave my hands over this just solid block of wood. And bits of the wood, as I cast Fabricate, start to shear away. And it probably takes a good 5, 10, 15 minutes, but slowly start melting away parts of this block of wood until I get a crude form of a cat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not highly detailed, but clearly a cat, and looks Don't move, I said, hold still. And I finish it. It's about just this big. And I set it down in front of the wand. Oh, and also pull out some papers, and then that row of a handful of small pieces of broken pieces of stained glass from the temple. And I spend another 15 or 20 minutes writing notes and occasionally looking at people who are not paying attention to me.
Okay.
And past that time, and in a little while I just gather it all up and I put it away.
Okay.
And then I lie down because I am wrecked and get a bunch of hit dice back, and I will use Arcane Recovery to pull back
You got it.
a 6th level spell
Okay.
slot. And that's it.
Check with Arcane Recovery to see what the spell level limit is.
I think it's whatever is half. I will. I think it's just half of my level. Half of my character level I can bring back in spell slots. But let me double check.
Maybe limit that double check, yeah.
I'll pick
Might not be.
levels.
I might be
if I'm
remembering something
wrong.
else. In the interim, the rest of you guys get your short rest as you kind of converse amongst yourselves, thinking over what's, what things are happening, what's in the future.
And just do some journaling, write
yeah.
down my experience, and reflect on the time here.
Oh, can't be. You're right. Can't be 6. So it's got to be 5th and below.
That's what I thought was the fifth.
Thank
yeah,
you.
no worries.
So I'll do it.
Yeah.
Too.
Ruminating on the battle that just transpired, the weirdness of the creature you encountered, and the future of the people in the time to come.
I'll just go up to Vilio real quick and just. Is she around or is she organizing? She's around.
She's not around you
gone.
guys. She's out organizing for tonight, but you can go find her.
Okay. No, I'll let her do her thing.
Okay.
I'll head over to Jester for a moment. Those first 3 arrivals for the Traveler Con
Yeah.
was a pretty diverse handful.
Well, it was really like 2 arrivals. There was one really nice guy and one super bitch, and she had the bodyguard.
Right, yep, the super bitch was an outlier.
Yeah.
Either way. So, I remember how distressed you were when you realized that the Traveler knew that this place had the potential of wiping people's memories, and that has been negated now.
Yeah.
So, that's off the table, and Traveler Khan is moving forward,
Yeah.
but the Traveler doesn't want to be a god.
Right. So we have to figure out a way to get everyone gathered and make it to where we make them believe that the Traveler, has ascended, basically. Like, become so powerful and so wonderful that he's going beyond the divine gates or something like that, and he won't be as available to us, so that when people pray, he doesn't actually have to show up. But he can still be, the Traveler and get like their praise and stuff.
That makes sense. I assume that all of these people that are coming, though, in some way have personally interacted with him, very similar to how you have, correct?
Probably in some way, yes. Not quite
Not as cool or
right,
as long.
Like, it doesn't mean as much to him, but yeah, they probably have had.
So, just stick with me for a moment, gaming this out. If you all of a sudden tell all of them that that's gone, and let's say some of them have been talking to him for half as long as you have, but still a significant part of their life, what if they're not happy?
Well?
And moreover, I did hear you say that you were, sort of his rep. Which is true, you were the first for him.
Yeah.
My concern is that they would then be angry with not only him, but you.
Right. Well, then we kill them. No.
I mean, Bo, you just say the word. She'll staff 200 people.
I mean, I don't know. Are you and Caduceus angry that the Wild Mother isn't, next to you all the time having tea? Or is it what you expect out of a god?
That's a good point. Although, my expectations are very low. I only speak with her when she decides.
Right.
I've never been able to connect. I can't.
How do you know it's actually her speaking to you?
I don't.
You
guess.
just assume, right? Because it feels special?
Yeah.
Well, maybe all these other people will then feel like the Traveler is still with them, is still talking to them, even if he's not actually doing it. Maybe the wind will blow their hair a certain way, or a bird will poop on their shoulder and they'll think it's a sign that he is, pranking them.
Let's hope for that. I hope for that. In the event that it doesn't go that way, let's just keep an open mind so that we can say we weren't surprised by something we hadn't thought of. Can we do that?
Yeah. What Do you think it's mean?
Mean?
Well, like, I don't know. Do you think it's mean to keep people from actually having, like, a God who will listen to them?
Oh. Shit. I hadn't considered that. You mean someone that's really looking for a connection?
Well, like, what does the Wild Mother mean to you? Like, what does she actually do for you? Like, when you die, what does she give to you? Does she keep you safe? Do you pass into the afterlife? If she does, and somebody could be worshiping her, and they could have a wonderful afterlife, and they accidentally worship the traveler, and he doesn't do shit, and then they just die, and then what?
I actually don't know the answers to any of those questions. I hadn't really gotten that far. I just think, from as well as we know you, the thing that you value so highly is friendship and the trust and the camaraderie and the protection and the ear.
Yeah.
If that was removed or reduced, I just feel like people might be upset, and they may just leave. Or maybe they may go somewhere else for that connection. And I think that would be fine, but I certainly wouldn't want to string someone else along if that was available and that's what they were searching for.
That's true. But, if everybody comes here and they find out there's all these other people that worship the traveler and they find connection with each other, then suddenly they have that camaraderie. Suddenly they have a group of people that have the same common interests as them, and they can be friends and have each other's back, and he'll have like his own church, you know?
That is true. And that would be wonderful.
Is it really that bad? If it's making people happy?
No, I don't think so. People can do whatever they want to. They can lead a life however they choose, and as long as it doesn't interfere with other people, at least for me, I think that's fine. Knowing that on the other side of that, it's not reciprocated, I can't answer that question for you, Jester, but as long as, I have to be honest, also I don't really care about 200 other people. I do care about you. So as long as you're getting what you want out of this, you're not being forced into being something that you think you need to be for him, then you can do whatever you want to. And I and we will all back you up. But if at any moment it puts you at risk for him, I won't be all right with that.
Okay.
Okay. One last thing.
Yeah.
You can tell us if something happens when you speak with him. The last time it seemed like you carried it for a long time. You can tell me. I'll listen.
Okay.
Well, shit. We have the whole convention to plan.
Oh, God. Yeah. We'll figure it out.
No problem. Night.
Yeah. It's still the afternoon, but
I'm so tired.
2:00.
Cappuccino.
Yes, do you have one?
Oh,
Please.
Caduceus, are you making cappuccinos?
I don't have any of
Caduceus, are you making tea?
The only thing I have to
Caduceus,
make.
please make tea.
I've already.
Any of your dead people give a little
Just
kick or
please.
something?
I
The
don't know where they
caffeinated
put.
dead people.
I've already got a kettle going. I've had one going for a while. It's
Fuck
really
yeah.
hard to boil water on it just with what they have.
You don't have any Monster Energy dead people?
Only what I got for myself.
Of course it's red. Of course it's red.
My poison
blood.
Yeah, I've got a kettle going.
As the
I got it
afternoon
back.
turns into evening and dusk settles, You begin to gather with the rest of the people of Vo. Looking around, it seems that the majority of people are here. The bonfire is going. There isn't a fresh hunt. There's still remnants left of previous gatherings. But nevertheless, small meals are distributed. It's a lot less jovial than the last social gathering that you guys were involved with here.
Yeah.
But a short time into it, you watch as Vilya stands up. Diarmid, Lukash, as you previously knew him, is standing not too far off to the side, arms crossed, just keeping eyes out. No sign of Terra or Kotho and her crew. But as everyone gathers around, you can see there's muttering and conversation before Vilya stands up and kind of takes the staff and hits it once hard against the stone top of one of these tables. And as it does, a hush falls over. As it does, you can see the firelight crackling behind her, framing her in almost a silhouette. And as she begins to speak, whether her voice, the front of the staff begins to glow and seems to flicker with the volume of her speech, lighting her from the front. And she goes, "My friends, my family, the people of this island and this community, I've been your guardian for some time. And that time will soon come to an end, for we are in a dire time of transition." You hear a few voices go, "Yeah, you fucking say that again." Shh. It is strange to be living, I can't say a lie, because we have been living. And regardless of who we once were, what we became in this community means something. It's your choice to take that to heart. And it's your choice to take that where you will in the future. I know a number of you are racing to get back to the lives you once had. And there is no judgment there whatsoever. I will see to that travel as best as I can. Though it may take some time. For those that do wish to stay, this community is not leaving. I've already spoken with a few that are going to keep it. And you are ever welcome. I know it's a hard time. But I would just ask for your trust and cooperation as we all forward through this transition. Respectfully. If I might ask that of you, I would greatly appreciate it. And there's some muttering. And the conversations start building up at this point, and people start raising voices, and people start standing up and being like, what are we supposed to do now? I have a family here, and a family that I haven't seen for 15 years. And people like rising up and offering suggestions here, be like, well, you gotta pick one, can't you? Why we can't have a conversation and make it a bigger family? It's like, it's not that easy. And it starts getting big again, and Lukash, or as you know him now, Mr. May, goes like, silence, please, we're trying to work this out. And the conversation continues anew, and it becomes kind of a community forum in which there are points of tension that are broken, and there are points of reconciliation. There are offerings of different perspectives, and it's lengthy. For the next hour and a half to 2 hours, it is a lot of intense emotions across the spectrum. But what finally comes to the point where Vilya seems to have pushed enough and pressed enough into the people here that there is a path either way. And she says, you will live the life you want to. It is yours to figure out. And I'm sorry it's so complicated. I'm sorry that it's fraught with heartbreak, confusion, and challenges for endless days ahead. We didn't choose this. But it's in our power to decide what we do with it next. And this is going to make for a hell of a story for the bards to sing for years to come. My friends, and she points over towards where you guys have been sitting off to the side. They were the ones that aided in alleviating us of this fog of mind and mist of island that kept us clouded and unable to make the life our own. So please, show them respect as well, as you would do myself. But for tonight, even if this is your last night, can we please have one more night as Vo? And there's this kind of still pause. And a few folks kind of stand up and go, aye. Raise a drink. 5 over here go, aye. A few stragglers, aye, aye, aye.
I use thaumaturgy to make it sound like a lot more people are saying that.
Okay. And with a rousing crowd, eventually, pretty much everybody begins to rise, some with more gusto than others, and you even see Kotho and her team emerge from the shadows, who apparently have been watching from a distance, say, aye. And with that, this little child comes running out to the edge of the fire and holds something to it, and all these fireworks start detonating loudly.
Yeah.
Which in a moment causes everyone to go, whoa! Yeah! And then breaks into cheers.
For the VO community! And every night, from months on end, that same child comes out. Sorry, I'm flashing back to my own trying to sleep at night.
Was it trees?
Was it trees?
Fuck yeah,
Yes,
trees.
it was.
Trees.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
trees.
hell yeah.
Or the
Well done.
Vo, formerly known as Tree.
Yeah.
His real name is Twig.
But it seems that at least for the time being, for this night, tensions are at a manageable level. And there is an acceptance that people are parting ways. As the people begin to mingle once more and the tension begins to shift to a more positive place, Vilya begins walking amongst and talking to people in small groups about the reminder of people coming. Says that there are individuals coming as part of a worship ceremony at the behest of the people that aided us in this freedom. For those who are staying, we would ask of your help to be good hosts. And who knows, maybe some find better here, as we have at some points. And some people are weird about it, some people are okay with it, some folks are happy to help. But tonight's celebrations are yours, if you have any particular things you wish to do before the day is done.
As people are celebrating even during that speech, little by little, every minute, I use control flames just to slowly turn the fire in the heart of it all green. Gradually, over time, darker and darker.
And you manage to do so. And as it does, people take notice, and it kind of has this additional awe to the experience in the speech as it progresses.
Jester, do you want to try to recruit people to help with the planning of your...
I've already started that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's our family that gave up the house. They're going to start running a resort here.
Well, you told... yeah, that's a great idea. No, I've been thinking about that, and I just... Do we need more than them, though?
Yeah, they said they were going to talk to other people.
Because maybe we should, make that pitch to the greater community.
Oh, like right now?
Maybe?
Can I hear this conversation?
I don't know, you guys keeping it?
Thought you could hear all conversations.
It's true, if I may...
I mean, we're by everyone else.
Yeah,
so
so you could probably pick up on it.
As someone who has dealt with a lot of people going through traumatic experiences, you may want to give it till morning before you propose a new way of life. I think in the morning you could rally some people to the idea of opening the island up on
Makes sense.
more permanent basis, but I'd give them a good night's sleep before to mourn a very difficult moment in their lives, just so that you have a better chance of getting people on board.
that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. It's not like they would get an influx of visitors all the time.
No.
You know, this could be like a famous island. People could come visit from all over the world because, like, the famous island of Rumblecus, where you may lose your memory, you may not.
2 big decisions in one day is a lot for most people. They've had one big moment. Give them
What happens
12
in
hours.
Rumblecus stays in Rumblecus.
There's so much cool stuff on this island. that we
Someone could run a ghost tour because there's so many fucking ghosts.
There is
They could run a ghost tour. They could
Haunted
like hunt, like
tourism
look for
tour.
dinosaurs.
Well, I was actually thinking about this. Yes, you've been making these amazing pamphlets, right?
Yeah.
You could make some to sort of advertise Rumblecusp. You know, like you're saying, like you could. Welcome to the cusp of relaxation.
Yeah.
Rumblecusp
really
Island,
good.
where you can forget all your woes.
I love it.
I love the dinosaur.
Can you ride a
The
dinosaur?
dinosaur tour is
I
great.
thought that could be
This-
fun.
The signature cocktail could be the torch bloom.
Yeah, you can get it at Enola's Bar and Grill.
Yeah, just a
And
little bit.
Also, I was thinking we could offer some sort of like a health wellness center. So, like, if they wanted to, at the Heavens Falls, they could get a power colonic right at the butthole of the island. You know?
It's really good.
Maybe a yearly music festival, Rumble in the Cusp, you know,
Oh,
a bit
that's
more
good.
the rage.
Yeah, the rumble down under.
And,
yeah.
you know, also, Jester, as you've expressed to us, your friend is maybe balking at the idea of ruling over people across the continents and the world, but maybe he would like to be the headliner of a resort island.
I know. I mean,
more
that's.
his
I
style.
was just talking about that with Caduceus.
Were we? Maybe.
Was it Ford? Who did I say it to? I don't remember.
Super
What?
forgettable.
I,
Okay.
was it Ford? Was it, who did I said that to?
Makoto is dead, by the way.
I know we had. I know
last
that we had a really awesome conversation. I just didn't.
Maybe it was in the
No,
car on the
who
way
I
home
said.
after a game.
Huh?
But
so
with our
idea.
short time with him, he's clearly very vain, so maybe
he's
should be
not.
more-
No,
Are
it's
you
not
sure? He's not vain?
that. I don't think it's vain.
I think
He's
that's
vain.
appropriate.
He's definitely.
Yeah.
a
He's probably
little
kind of-
vain.
Probably thinks this song is about him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's amazing. Why wouldn't you be vain if you were amazing?
You would be.
Super. So amazing you weren't vain. That'd be pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's
None of
true.
you are vain, though, and you're all pretty good.
Okay. So we're going to turn it into a resort.
100% yoga meditation
idea.
at the ruins. I mean, it's like
Make it
Put
seem
like
like.
a big gate into the dinosaur area.
Oh, I like it.
That you could go through on a
Dinosaur Park.
And you could use that
Dinosaur
warding
park.
stone to like play music as it opens.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah.
bum, bum, bum.
Nothing ever goes wrong.
We can workshop the song.
Those types of
yeah.
resorts.
But I bet the two of you could lay something down, like
Yeah.
an
Right.
epic theme.
Really
Cool
thing.
thing, yeah.
You know,
Great,
I
right?
I
Water
really like the
slide.
possibilities.
I
of
was
it.
really hoping for a water
Slide from the top of the volcano down to the waterfall, shot
Right
up
back
to go
up?
again.
Yeah.
No lines, no waiting.
Also, since we, saved this island and we're pretty much the best, maybe we could have some choice real estate, a condo, basically a timeshare.
Did you turn into Lex Luthor?
A little bit.
A
Otisville?
little bit of
Otisburg?
just right in the chasm of the volcano. Yeah. Yeah.
save an owner's condo, an owner's suite for us.
Yeah.
That'd be
Right.
pretty
Hidden
summer
behind the
vacations.
waterfall, you know, out of the way.
Yeah.
A vacation spot that we just go to,
Just turn it into a
Whenever we
pyramid
wanna.
scheme.
The 99 Club, maybe.
I love.
Maybe Caleb can build a teleportation circle.
I don't know. Maybe we should stay here.
Yeah.
Maybe this should be our base of
This
operations.
is where the campaign ends.
Yeah.
It's become D&D
We don't lose
Fantasy
our
Island.
memory,
People
we
will
just-
show up and fix their problems and send them on their way.
Sims roller coaster tycoon.
Oh, yeah.
Unseated a wannabe deity and replaced it with us.
Bring us your offerings.
What is it, like a cargo cult on top of a cargo cult? It's like the Sunday ice cream sundae of cargo cults.
Yeah.
Sprinkles. Hey.
Hey.
Behold, Beauregard, goddess of the booze cruise.
I got a bottomless flask of whiskey. Let's go.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Give us 20 minutes, Matt.
Yeah.
This is a lack of water. I'm drunk. I don't know. It's a lack of water.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did I put my gravitas?
Yeah.
So, as the evening celebrations commence and go on, is there anything else you wish to do before the night comes to a close?
Is Kotho around at all?
Yes. A little ways away from the rest of the group and kind of just keeping amongst her 3 other mates, but...
I'll slide over and just say, I'm sorry, I thought of one last thing. I know you said your last target wasn't here on the item. Would you be comfortable sharing the name of who you were looking for? I spent a lot of time in Port Damali and Nicodranas in the past few years. Just in case, I might be able to point you in the right direction once you get out of here.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Cast friends on him. Cast friends on him. Come on.
I don't think it works that way.
Just do it.
It's a natural one.
No. Bullshit.
Fortune's
Fuck
favorite.
you, dice.
Caleb runs over with the pearl.
High five. Kotha kind of gives it, goes,
I appreciate your spirit of pursuit, but no matter how long ago it is, the reason I make my reputation is by keeping my clients' information to myself. I hope you can respect that.
I can. Always the professional. Have a good evening.
Fucking.
I know.
Bullshit. That sucks, dude.
Sorry, buddy.
It's all right.
Is Vilya around?
Oh yeah, we got.
Vilya is. You can see Vilya is kind of in caretaker mode and is kind of looking for people in the crowd that are needing, whether it be support or a conversation to ease tension. She's very in tune with the people of the village and at least the moods that are around, and is like jumping from one to the next to kind of keep things going. But
I just try to make eye contact with her and...
Of course. If you'll excuse me just a moment. Thank you.
And she walks over and approaches.
Beauregard.
Nott gave me, Beth gave me a bottomless flask full of whiskey. You want some?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. My family doesn't drink.
What? All right. You've been here for you really, what? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Fine. What are you gonna do, you know, after you handle all this?
I mean, I'll probably try and go home. I hope there's still a home to go back to.
Well, and you're a damn good leader. That's clear. People respect you.
Wasn't enough.
What do you mean?
It's hard to deal with the pressure that's put upon you at a young age. And to fail to meet those expectations. I don't lead because I want, I lead because nobody else will. But I don't know if it's for me.
Well, it suits you, but also do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
I appreciate your roundabout support, Beauregard.
You're welcome.
What about you all? You all came here for this event. Once that's done, what's next for you?
Well, we're talking about opening up a timeshare or maybe a resort or
Prospecting.
turning to pirates.
You were pirates?
Well, we had a good run. Yeah.
I think we have quite a few pirates in this village that are coming to terms with their old job titles.
Yeah, probably not the most respectable of titles. Yeah. I feel like you're judging me now. You know,
I'm not judging you. I'm saying you are, of the pirates that I've met, those that have embraced that past, some have been a bit prickly today.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say we're pirates, but if you're calling us pirates.
You called yourself a pirate.
Well, I mean, we must be pirates then, am I right? Oh, man, if you said it, then we're pirates.
How's that flask treating you, Bo?
It's fucking great. I can't believe you're giving this shit up.
No, but thank you. I do appreciate it. It's strange. I'm deeply, deeply scared and so overwhelmingly excited.
Well, I mean, you're pretty great. So whoever's waiting for you, I'm sure they're gonna be stoked. You know?
I hope so. I hope they're not too disappointed.
It's hard to be disappointed when you were sucked into a mysterious island that was totally overrun by a astral sea demigod.
You know,
Totally stole your memory. It's hard to be mad at that.
I'll lead with that.
Yeah.
I think I should.
I
lead
think
with
that's
that,
an
yeah.
easy lead. It's super easy to grasp.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Thank you, all of you, for changing the fortunes of many people. For the better, truly. Because at least now they get to choose their life. Anyway.
Sure you don't want some of this whiskey? It's super fucking great. I think the flask is a little moldy, but don't worry about that.
I didn't notice.
I can deal with mold, but I'm good. Thank you. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish my rounds and then retire for the evening and leave in the morning. I'll be able to take our first batch home.
Wow. You can just open up a tree and send them through. You don't have to go through yourself.
Yes, correct.
That's wonderful.
To anywhere in the world?
Well, to anywhere that I've been.
Oh.
So there are limitations, and if you, hopefully at least I'll get them close to somewhere, to their destination. Out of curiosity, there was quite a sum of money that was acquired. Is there any chance for those that were setting a bit free? We could allocate something in their direction?
Are you gently and kindly asking for the money that belonged to these people back?
Well, if memory serves right, not all of this, a lot of this money didn't necessarily belong to some of these people.
They just had it.
They just had it. But for those that are being let loose into wherever I can bring them, I would like to think they at least could be comfortable to find their way home.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only
The VO community should be compensated.
the only thing I wonder about really
Unsung heroes, really.
everybody seems to be getting along peacefully right now because the introduction of money hasn't come, right?
Indeed.
I worry if we were to start handing some out, that some of the less moral people here might see it as an opportunity.
That's a very valid point.
I had a thought about that, actually. We had started discussing this very issue earlier. I think it might be advantageous to have a little bit of a leaving ceremony. I don't think it's healthy to just move forward too quickly. I was thinking tomorrow of having everyone who's leaving mark a stone with their old name and leaving it here. And then before they go through the tree, we can just hand them a little bag of what they need right before we send them on their way, and no one will ever know unless they leave. Or it won't get around. We can keep a secret, I think.
Sure.
Can we? Have we done that before?
No, but we could always
can
turn
do
over.
that,
and
I'm
leave.
always
First time.
optimistic.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic idea. We could hand them a little
goodie bag
and say, like, this is a bag of soil from the island to remember it by or something.
Just a little something to help you on the way.
All right, we can do that.
How much do you think, is a good parting amount,
I'm not one for larger commerce, and most of my travel has been via cart or tree, or I took a skyship once.
Oh, that's fun.
What's that?
It was a long time ago. There are these massive, beautiful floating ships in the sky, held aloft by some sort of arcane stones. Took me across the seas once to Isilra on my Aramente, a long, long time ago.
Isilra. That sounds beautiful.
It's quite cold, actually.
Oh.
A bit tense. But a unique journey, nevertheless. I trust your judgment. I think talking to everybody about roughly 65, 66 people will be leaving, and the rest are to stay. So I leave that division to you.
Okay.
If I may, before you go, do you have anyone to stay with you tonight for security? Again, you do possess the sole ability to move anyone off this island whenever they need. I can speak from experience that shit happens in the middle of the night. If you wanted to stay with us, we would be happy to watch your back.
I generally can handle myself in the wilds, but I'm not against some company. If you've room, we've made it comfortable the past few nights at least.
Any objection?
No, that's fine.
No.
I think that's smart.
All right. I'll finish my rounds and I'll meet you for the evening's rest. And she heads back into the crowd.
Wasn't a part of that. Off on the side, Caleb quietly sidles over to Yasha, who seems to be apart from most people.
Hi.
You're over here being awfully quiet.
Yeah, I feel for these people. I understand how it feels to have your mind played with, you know. I want to offer comfort to them, but I don't really know how.
I can relate to that. It was a long day, but a lot was accomplished, and hard in the morning, but you had a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Whatever this is, and more than that, there's a little more lightness around your eyes of late.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to see ourselves, but that's what you have friends for, I'm told.
I think I'm starting to realize that.
Listen, I can't give myself this advice. I don't think I can convince myself, but I can maybe try to convince you. You've been doing good for this group. You've been doing good for you. you have worth and value. And promise of something. To be honest, all of this, I don't gel with this island very well at all. Or the gods. Most of them seem too big to comprehend. Hers, I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah.
All of it seems illogical to me, to happen without rhyme or reason. And this island especially is,
Yes. What a ride.
Anyway, I don't really know why I came over. I just, we're the quiet ones, so I feel like it would do us some good to talk more. Get out of our own skins a bit.
I think that would be good for us. Look out at everybody.
Yasha, let yourself a little happiness. Even if it's helping other people.
I'm trying. I think it's working.
Good.
Hey. I pull him in for a hug. Yeah, it's weird, but I just felt like I wanted to give you a hug. I hope that's okay.
You are so big.
Yeah.
That sound was a rib. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Caleb.
I'm gonna awkwardly turn around and...
Yeah, I'm gonna awkwardly just stand here still.
I'm gonna, off to the side, have seen that, and I'm gonna, in my sketchbook, draw Yasha giving Caleb a hug. But behind her, I'm going to have drawn her giant feathered wings coming out as well and coming down for the hug.
Okay. Anything else for the evening? As the bonfire begins to burn a little lower?
So many things, but not now.
Okay. All right. Well, eventually you all return to the shed you had found earlier, lest you want to find other living quarters, though it seems they're all still being occupied by their occupants.
10 minutes, new dome.
There you go.
We'll move out tomorrow into something better.
Yeah, probably with the people that leave. But you settle down. Vilya eventually comes and joins. Is there anything else you want to do before the night's done?
No, but we will move on to something better.
Probably could have taken Vilya's room. That would have been smarter.
she does step in and be like, I mean, you're welcome to stay in my place, but you invited me to yours.
Oh, is it better? Does
It's
it
much
have
better
good
than this.
stuff?
Well, we should fucking, yeah.
Well, we should. I mean, Caleb, you're
10 minutes, new dome.
your place.
The new.
She's like, I was going to mention this is a bit of a shed, but follow me.
What about low vis?
She leads you over, and as she raises her staff, you can see that large central tree where you first met her. These branches unfurl and lower and create this small platform. She steps into it, grabs onto the side, and goes, "Well, come on."
Oh, this is way better, what?
What were we thinking?
You all grasp the edges of it, and it's a small platform, if you can call it that, for everyone to get on. But you all kind of hold onto each other in the edges, and as everyone's on, she raises her staff, and they kind of curl up and bring you up to a platform. And at that platform, you can see there are these curtains that are hanging and she kind of lifts her staff, flicks it as the platform and the branch meet. This gust of wind goes, and as it does, the curtains and hang up on their own on these unseen little kind of brass knobs on the inside. On the inside of this hollow of the tree, it's a good, like, kind of rounded 20-foot chamber that has a simple bed made of hides and cushions. You can see there's some carpets laid out. Some of them, stained, but they're functional. And it has a nice, like, floral smell with a faint hint of various herbs and lavender. And it's simple, but it's very pretty and far more comfortable.
That's nice. It's okay.
Really wonderful.
Yep.
She immediately begins to take some of the cushions and, some of the hides off the bed and starts throwing them on the ground. And
She's got a stove. You can make some tea.
Do we really want to drink more tea?
I would love some like sleepy time tea.
Putting the kettle back on.
Yeah.
Give us your best, dead people.
Getting into the... That's right, I didn't lose it, so...
Yeah, no caffeine this time. Though.
No, we're going very
I
mellow.
need to- yeah.
Very mellow.
Some chamomile.
Good for the tummy.
Yeah.
All right. So you continue. You make the new dome in there. As Vilya kind of prepares and goes, very well. Rest up. Let me know if you need anything. Tomorrow we begin the new future of Vo, if we even call it that now, and the arrivals of your traveler.
Yeah? Yep. Yep.
All right. So you all eventually have some tea, bed down for the night, and let yourself in the coming days, the rapid approaching and necessary, what's the word I'm looking for? The necessary, my brain isn't working. It's Friday. Preparations, thank you. I know. The necessary preparations for the event to come. That's where we're going to go ahead in tonight's episode.
We've only been leading up to this for
Months.
Half a year?
maybe.
Remember when we thought we were going to hit this in Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys like, man, what if we hit TravelerCon while we're in Chicago? I'm like,
That dang cloak took up so much room in the.
I know. I love that you just let us do it.
Sorry.
Amazing.
Wonderfully mean.
Well, we'll pick up there next session. Thank you guys so much for following us for tonight's insanity and weirdness. Have a wonderful night. We'll see you soon. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet?
Oh my gosh.
Good night.
Good night.